All right. We are back. It is Monday once again already. I hope you all had an awesome Easter. We're back here with our good friend Russ from Retro Game Core.
Hello, it is me, Russ from Retro Game Core.
It is you. We're doing it again, and we have Rob, the Retro Tech Dad.
Hi, everyone.
And of course, Ban, Mr.
Hey.
Unboxed himself. Oh, so... Thank you, Zoo. Russ is okay in small doses, he says.
I'm never small doses though. All my videos are like an hour long.
That's true.
They're novellas. You.
That's
He
right.
got you there, Zoo.
Yeah, Zoo.
I think-
Come on.
I think once we hit 2-hour videos, that's when we've got a problem.
I know. Yeah, I agree.
Well, speaking of 2-hour videos, we had a couple of live streams last week that went, well, maybe 3, maybe 4 hours almost. Last week was super busy for us, and all the reviewers in the scene, really. I mean, we had the early units here for the Retroid Pocket Classic. The Flip 2 was already last week. What else do we get? 557.
7, yep.
Yep. And today we have a new one. The Helegaly, it's real, the Helegaly Pi, which doesn't say the word PI. It's actually just spelled symbol. So good luck with that. But it just says Helegaly on the package. So we're going to unbox this. This is a engineering sample. And this is the purple unit here. So we're going to see what that's about. There's like nothing out there yet. So this is all brand new. The dev reached out and said, hey, let's get some early reviews going. So we'll look at that. Also today, we're going to do an
I still can't believe
unboxing.
it's real.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like it's been months in the making now.
I said I'll believe it when I see it. And it did show up late
That's crazy.
yesterday. We're going to look also, if you're into keyboards, we're looking at the Keychron Q11 today later in the show. This is a split keyboard. I really like the Alice style, and so now we're going to look at the full split for funsies and see if that can help out our ergonomics, because we're at our desks all the time doing this nerd stuff. Yes.
Taking my dibs now.
All right, Dib Master. We'll see. Beyond that, it's been a crazy week. Tariffs are up, down, left, right, and we have the latest news on that and updates as of, I don't know, today at least. So it's an ever-evolving situation. It's hard to really pin down what the rules are currently. So this, again, may change by tomorrow, but we'll let you know about that. And also get a look at the RP mini screen today, the new RP mini screen. Pico8 is making physical cartridges, which is ridiculous. And just do a quick summary thoughts of these new devices since we've had them for a little while. And now, Russ, you got your 557 video out now, and
Yeah.
Want to get any additional thoughts? And Rob, I know you have thoughts, and Ban as well. So,
Do I ever?
oh, we got price for the 557 too. We got to talk about that.
Man, that just adds to it. It just adds to the whole thing. It's just makes
It's perfect. Okay, all right. Well, let's see. Chat, how are you all doing tonight? It's a wild bunch in chat already.
Yeah, chats has been lighting it up since before we even went live.
PryTunes, will you talk about the E6 Max? I guess that's officially out now, so we might be able to pull that up today.
So I'm kind of bummed because I actually ordered the
You
E6
ordered one.
Max, and then it was the store never actually shipped it. They gave me a fake tracking, so I had to get a refund. So
It wasn't a light bulb?
I just got nothing.
Oh,
Nothing
that's even
happened.
worse.
Oh, no.
Yeah, nothing happened. Got nothing. I mean, at least I could have used a light bulb, I guess. I don't know. Maybe somewhere.
Spood, it's been a wild week. Stubbs, it's Monday. Yes, that's right, Spood.
Yeah.
And it always feels like Monday is like Sunday for us, though. It feels like this is the end of the week, and tomorrow starts the new week in my brain. I don't
I feel
know.
like Monday, well, for me, like it marks the start of the week. I can't start my week off unless this happens,
Yeah, right? Retrospect says Dead Fred has an E6 Max. Oh,
Nice.
Deadheads out there, let us know. Where do we find that? Is it up on his channel?
I mean, what
We can
doesn't he
show that.
have? Like,
So apparently the guy behind it, he's active in our Discord, but he's like making like 5 at a time or something. I'm like, I don't know.
Small
What's...
batches.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Game MT guy, So I
Oh,
would
yeah.
rather buy one. I don't want a review to send to me. I want to buy this one because
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're not
know
sure
what's gonna
yet.
show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, without further delay here, let's hop into the news this week. Let's just get right into that.
let's see. A very serious transition.
No news? No news this week.
No
Yes,
news.
we got
Sorry.
no news.
Sorry,
there we
guys.
go.
No news for the week.
Okay, so let's talk about the 557 first. That sounds good. So it is a little more expensive than we thought. Now, we knew it could be $250 on the highest end. And guess what? It is. So it's going to be retailing in the US for $250. Mind you, the Dimensity 8300 has shown to be very capable, but this is Anbernic's most expensive Android handheld to date, unfortunately, which is tough. Now, the first 48 hours, you can get it for $235, which is better and kind of what we thought it might go for the long term for retail. But it's way above that 205 that it was selling for in China. So tariffs come into play here, I'm sure, rising costs. But it is disappointing to see, and it's tough, I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, I would say, at a high price point in general, regardless of whether or not it's worth it, it is not going to be a huge seller just because
Right.
the higher a price point gets, the less people can afford it. Right. And so
Yes.
we're not talking about a $60, dinner and drinks kind of purchase. We're talking about a full on investment. And so already, like anything over 200 for me is like, it's got to really earn it, and then
Yep.
250 for me is rough. The way I'm seeing it is if they can already do a promotional price in the first 72 hours, they can get back to that price. You know what I mean? Like that we should probably be expecting something around 235 and paying 250 for this, at least in my first 3 days with it. I'm not seeing that. So
You're not seeing, what do you think the price should be ideally?
I think 200 would probably be ideal.
I
I understand if it'll hurt them or whatever, but I think with that chipset, and we're not talking about a lot of big updates from the previous model, other than
Right.
the CPU and then these new tiny little sticks. Maybe they got a discount because they're so small. I don't know. But anyway, like it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they are.
I think
They're
$200
so
makes more
small.
sense.
It's unreal how tiny they are.
You see how small these sticks are?
it's just-
Yeah. Just little things.
They're
little
so
things.
The only-
call them.
puny.
They're baby's
little-
first analog sticks.
They're little,
Yeah.
little tiny.
Itty bitty.
The only nice thing I can say is they are much bigger than the sticks on the Retroid Pocket Classic. That's it. Because that doesn't
I
have-
mean,
You got a point there.
How was your classic review? So I saw that. So you grinded out that, and then the 557, and you did a
Yeah.
Battle XP guide. Like you were just doing content throughout the weekend.
Yeah. I'm liking the classic. It is so limited, in what you can play because of the control scheme. So tomorrow I have a video coming out that's basically like, hey, here are all the configurations I did for each system so that I can get them to work on this. They're not
Yeah.
perfect. Say like, let's talk about GameCube, for example, right? Most
Yeah.
games use the analog stick like as its main input. So I assigned the D-pad to that. And then I made touchscreen inputs for the D-pad up above that. So you'd have to actually touch the D-pad if you needed to, like to whatever, like change a weapon or whatever. And then the C stick obviously doesn't appear at all. And so I made that also on the touchscreen. So you've got these little controls showing on the screen, but then you can use all the buttons for everything else. So I have a whole video basically showing how to do that. And obviously how to map things for like Sega too. So that I'm a lot happier with it now. I've got it kind of figured out, but it is definitely limited. And it's a weird balance because it really is just like the ultimate Game Boy. But if it can play GameCube, I want to play GameCube games too. And so I wanted to enable that. So,
Yeah, I feel you there too. When I first got it, I wasn't totally sure about it. Beyond like it looking very adorable, but I went through the first look and like the software was glitchy to me, and then it was like stuck sideways, and I couldn't figure out auto rotate because I'm slow. And then eventually, like I figured it out after filming that video, and we went through the live stream together later that day, and it ended up being a lot of fun and really cool. Like, okay, all right, I get it now. So luckily we still had time to edit that first look. to sort of add the thoughts in and the things we found in that live stream. It was a very interesting workflow. But overall, yeah, I think it's a really nice value for 130. I really hope we don't see a price increase due to everything going on, because it'd be tough above that. But the Snapdragon G1 Gen 2, brand new, super cool. And it was just fun to like benchmark, you know, like, okay, how does this compare against the RP5 and everything else? Pocket DMG even.
Yeah.
And I think it's really interesting. I've been playing on it ever since. It's funny playing Android games on it without a stick. Like Prince of Persia Lost Crown is an excellent game to play on here. I can play the whole game so far without a stick. It performs full speed. And it's funny because that's a game that doesn't work on the 557 or even the RP5 or Odin 2, which is wild that you have something that's a new chip. I thought we'd have compatibility issues across the board. Actually, is playing some games better or at all, you know, versus others.
Yeah, I've got my 4-button one coming probably in like an hour or so. And so I'm looking forward to that. Just kind of comparing the two. And that's what I'll do when I actually review, is be like, okay, here's where one will be a good fit and here's where the other one will be a good fit, because it's a hard choice. You know, I still don't know which one I would prefer at this point.
And I ordered the 6-button now as well because I watched your video now and I'm like, oh man, that one looks pretty cool. The only thing you said that got me though is you said that one's loud, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, because this one is super quiet, and the back is loud, but the body is hollow, like you said. But at least the face button's on the 4. You'll have to check on yours, but they're pretty quiet to me. But I know we had like sound gate on the RP Flip 2, so I don't know.
The bottom buttons are louder than the top ones. So that might be part of it. You know what I mean? Because you've only got the top ones, basically, as you're all 4. Right.
Yep.
And so that's part of it too, is that I'm using these the most, you know, the bottom ones, and they're the loudest. And so that's where it kind of comes into play for me.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. And the 6-button, I don't have nostalgia for the Sega Saturn controller as much, but what I do like is the fact that you have 2 extra assignable buttons for hotkeys or for what was the use case you were mentioning as well?
So yeah, you can use it for hotkeys, and then also just extra additional assignments. So for example, like say there's a game, God of War is a good example. That game uses the right analog stick, but it's really, you just flick it when you need to dodge, right? So you could essentially just assign that flick, like right analog stick to the right, to one of those extra buttons. And so that would be your dodge button. You know what I mean? As opposed to needing your right analog stick. And so there's all these little things that you could do with it that just kind of enhances the gameplay a little bit better.
Yeah. And I look forward to trying that out and seeing like, I mean, I also kind of panic bought because it's like the final time to safely buy before supposedly the tariffs hit. And so I'm like, I might regret if I don't know what that experience is like. I got a little FOMO, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I know, Ban's shaking his head at me.
I'm always shaking my head at you.
This is like the 4th time
fair.
that Stubbs has panic bought.
Well, it's I don't know what it is. It's just like I like to be prepared.
I mean, it's the best time because that just means I can sell to him and he'll just take anything. I got 5 Miu Minis. You need one?
No.
Oh, slow down there, man.
No, I'm good, man. I kind of have like a general set of handhelds that I can use for, comparisons and whatnot. I can't think of anything else at this point that I would want or even need in the collection. Yeah.
This one.
No, the Thumbie. Yeah, the Thumbie is interesting. It does play, tiny Tetris, but
is the Thumbie? Yeah, the Thumbie's smaller than the Pocket Sprite, right?
Yes, like it's like half the size.
Oh, that's insane.
Let me see that against the camera.
That's insane.
Because look, they just released a Thumbie Color.
I almost backed that one.
Why?
It's only a little bit larger.
No.
What? No?
It's cute. It is adorable. But I mean, we have the RG Nano. Isn't that small enough for you, Ban?
No, I mean, maybe they're the same size. I've just got like
I
really big hands.
think I've just come to terms that a handheld can't go below a certain size. Then it gets to be too ridiculous. That sir is ridiculous. Yeah.
I took the lanyard off because it was the same size
as the handheld.
Yeah, as the handheld.
You're supposed to just put it on your finger. That's why.
Yeah.
On your thumb.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Your normal size thumbs.
Mr. Insane has the right point there. Go even smaller. Can we go smaller?
No, we shouldn't.
No.
Rob and Ban, do you guys have the RP Classics in yet?
No, I don't have one yet.
You have the Flip 2s in?
I do. I have my
I
Flip
don't.
2. I still have another one on the way. This is my review unit. Then I have an Ice Blue on the way as well.
Did you talk about your unit last week on the show? I can't even remember now.
No, I think I just kind of showed it off because we were talking about the 5. Were we talking about the 557 or the Classic?
I think the 557.
It was one of the other handles. I didn't want to, take away from it. So yeah.
Oh, okay. What's been your takeaways?
Like
with the Flip 2
ergos for me, I'm not liking them too much. I find like the triggers here don't feel very natural when I'm holding down on them. Like I have to kind of like do that to make it feel comfortable, but it should be like more rounded at the edges here to kind of like accommodate your finger better. So like that's one thing that really stood out to me. Other than that, I mean, performance is about what I would expect it to be. Screen's great. I mean, yeah, I'm still messing around with it. So I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do with it and make some videos with it.
Yeah, and
I think that's one of the big values of like us as a community, right? It's like the triggers for me, I didn't even register that it was awkward or whatever. Like for me, I just immediately like adapted to it, and then it never like rose to my attention after that, right? But then when you have a voice and you're like, no, this could be better or whatever, I think that's great. Like, we each catch little things that maybe the other one doesn't, just by nature of, I don't know, like the way our hands are molded or whatever, and so I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, I have like very long fingers, so I think maybe that's part of it. So it just, my grip is different on certain handhelds. Like there are times where I found certain handhelds very comfortable and other people don't like it, and then it's just vice versa, or just it's unanimous that no one likes it. So yeah, I mean that's the thing. Everybody has different preferences, but everyone's hands are different too. So it's just for me, it's just a little bit weird. Like I don't know what it is. I can't quite get the grip I like on it just yet, but I need more time with it though. So I'm kind of holding off.
Have you tried using it in bed yet? That's the worst experience for me so far.
Yes, I don't find it very comfortable in bed, honestly.
Yeah, that's when it's the most uncomfortable for me. Like the best use case seems to be either propped up on something, like on a desk or something, or on the couch. It works pretty well. But even then, like if you have the screen flipped all the way back, your finger is pressing against the back of the lid while you're hitting L1, R1. It's kind of nutty, but it's still one that I'm really enjoying. And I'm distracted right now because I have the Pocket, so I'm now switching to like review time for this, but I still haven't released review for this. And now like 557, it's like all the flagship Android handhelds of the year are hitting all at once. But
everybody's trying to make that push before the tariffs go into place, so that's the big thing too.
The big push, and so I'm probably not going to get reviews out on these three things for a little while, and just I don't want to rush the reviews really, and I don't know when we're going to be getting more Android handhelds released. I think things are going to slow down a bit, and so I don't know. I'd like to savor a bit more than like just throw something out there, but we'll kind of see. I don't know, Russ, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm taking my time with the 557 in particular because it's a new chip, and like I'm finding all sorts of just little inconsistencies with that Mali drivers, and so I want to try to very accurately kind of explain the good and bad that comes with that. It's got a lot of raw performance power, but then also like I keep running into problems where I'm not even getting to the performance. I can't even play the game, and so that takes time to really articulate. I did a little bit in my impressions video, and some people ran with that. They're like, "Oh my gosh, look, it doesn't play PS2." I'm like, "Whoa, I'm not saying that," And so it just takes more time to kind of run through. So
I don't know why it's so hard for people to comprehend the difference between a first look and a like review. Like this is my final thoughts versus these are my initial thoughts, and like they're two very different things. I mean, you're still getting comfortable with the handle, you're still kind of feeling it out to see what you like or what you can do with it to make it work the way it's intended to, or just figure things out with it. Every device has their own little nuances. So I don't know why people get up in arms about things like this. It's like
yeah, it's always a hard spot because it's like, well, if I just don't show any performance and be like, oh, look, he's hiding the performance or whatever other people will come up with, it's like, oh, he's doesn't know how to configure it. I'm like, well, or it's just a matter of like, here's where we are in the first 3 hours. It's like test driving a car. I test drive a car. You're like, oh, this is great. I love this, And then a month later, you're like, man, I really hate the way this handbrake is or something, some little thing that takes time
Yes.
to really kind of figure out, and so
Yep.
that's the duality of being a handheld reviewer, basically.
Well, it's like
you
you
get
could
those initial impressions and then everything else.
You could decide to play a game on the device and you're like, wait a second, the way the controls are set up on this for this game in particular, it's like, oh, this is awful. This handheld doesn't work for this game. So like there could just be a time where you just have a different thought about something. You just feel differently about things. And that's pretty normal. That's just humans in general. We kind of go back and forth on opinions, so
yeah, totally.
It's tough.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed there. And 557, it is the Wild West with that new chipset. Same thing with the Pocket. There's just certain things that just aren't working. And I don't want to mix them up in my brain. We did like 2 back-to-back live streams, so I got to separate them here. But I know the 8300 in here was having some difficulty with some Android games, having difficulty, I believe, with 3DS performance. It wasn't the best. PS2 was pretty good. GameCube, I believe, was pretty good. Was it Switch? Like Switch was excellent. Wii U was running really well.
For you're talking about the classic,
for the
right?
557, for the RG557.
557 Switch experience is like
pretty bad.
Okay, I'm backwards there.
We can't load any drivers. You're just gotta hope you can brute force.
It's not good. No. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I know we sometimes look at numbers, the benchmarks, and it shows that the raw power is there for the Dimensity 8300, but that the Snapdragon 865, for example, just kills it in terms of what it can do. I mean, a chip that can overachieve and is optimized versus a chip that has the power but is useless since nothing can really make use of it. So it's just...
it was wild, like the raw performance specs we saw. Like we did those benchmarks, right? And we were seeing these big gains, but we can't utilize it yet. And so right now it's a lot of like, I don't know. We're gonna need to digest this handheld as a community for a while with this brand new chipset. That PWM flicker drives me crazy to see that we have so much of that on camera. But and I know you can like set the camera F numbers to be like 1 out of 50 to make it show up not as badly, but it's still for those that are sensitive. That's another thing that was big for me. Like, I don't know, but I have to say though, the 8300 or the 557 here, awesome hand feel, still comfortable as ever. The sticks are tiny, super small, but it's one like that feels good to pick up, especially this white one. I like the coating on it. OLED screen and my eyeballs looks really beautiful.
The screen is great. The screen's really nice on it.
Battery life has been great for me, and it also is not getting hot really.
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Which is good because when the fan does turn on, it is loud as hell. It's so loud.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely prefer the white over the purple one. That glossy plastic is a nightmare. It's awful. It's just I don't know why they did it the same type of plastic again. Why? Why? Anbernic.
I know every time I if they send me 2 colors, what I'll do is I'll set up one to my own spec, which is the purple one that I picked, and then another one to like the out of box experience. So like with this purple one, I've been setting this up and whatnot, and the whole time I'm like, God, I should have done this on the white one because that's the one I'm gonna actually use afterwards.
That's the one.
Yeah.
See, I did it reversed. The purple one was my out of the box experience because I was like holding and I was like, no, there's no way I'm gonna want to play with the purple one long term. It was like getting all greasy and awful in my hands. I was just no, I can't do that. It's plastic.
It sucks because I like the look of it. I think it looks really cool. I just don't like the feel of it. It does look really cool. I love looking inside and seeing the electronics. I think it's just fun to look at, but it's just a weird texture to it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Agreed. It looks cool. Doesn't feel good. And $250 is going to be tough. Now, you're wondering, when does this go on sale? So this one goes on sale April 25th. So it's going to be, what is that?
5 days?
Friday.
4 days.
So this coming Friday.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And they told me 1800, but they didn't say what time zone. So who knows? That could be, Beijing time. It could be
That's
Pacific.
right. That's right.
I imagine it'll be Beijing time.
Most likely.
Because that's usually what they launch in.
Yeah.
And considering they're no longer shipping to the US right now, I mean, it doesn't make sense to use our time zones.
So, yeah, that's the thing. So they're talking about how it's going to be $250, right? US dollars. but you can't order it if you live
Right.
in the US.
They've already stopped. They've already stopped
so-
the orders. Yeah.
That's right. And that's the other thing is like, yeah, Anbernic says they're stopping the orders from China. So you need to order from the local warehouse on when it goes up for sale. And it's just a lot of unknowns right now. I don't know how stock is going to be. I don't know how many they've pre-shipped to the US. I assume they like to make money, and so they've shipped a lot. But we'll see. Likewise with Retroid, the RP Classic, people are getting in their orders last minute. If you choose DHL, it's apparently the fast DHL is what people keep telling me. So it should be to you real quick here. And you should still be able to avoid tariffs even if you order right now. But I can't promise anything. And even after tariffs do start, you can still buy from Retroid, of course. Just realize you're going to be contacted to pay whatever the fee is if the tariffs go into effect on May 2nd. When the de minimis ends. Speaking of tariffs, let's just go over that real quick. So we went ahead and looked for the official statement from every brand, every reseller that we could think of to see what's their stance and what are they going to be doing about this tariff. So we don't need to go over every little part of this. Check the link in our description, but each brand here is kind of saying, hey, this is what we'll be doing. Go Game Geek has no official statement, but I want to tell you that in private to me, I asked them this question, and they said, hey, we don't plan to raise prices based on the tariffs currently. We have a lot of stock in U.S. warehouses at this point. We're not super concerned. Meanwhile, Mech DIY says we are raising prices. Buy everything right now because it's going to get worse. And they had the best AI marketing picture.
It was so bad.
If they photoshopped, some handhelds on to make it look less AI. It was ridiculous. But that was them. And kind of here's a timeline here. So April 2nd, 10% universal tariffs on all imports. April 9th, these modified reciprocal tariff rates are signed. May 2nd, the reciprocal tariffs for 5 countries go into effect. China is at 145%. Vietnam's at 46%, which is where the Switch 2 is manufactured, by the way. Taiwan's at 32%, so MSI, Asus. South Korea is at 25%. And the European Union is at 20% at the lowest. Now, on May 2nd, as well, the new tariff structure for the sub-$800 shipments from China, Hong Kong, and Macau? How do you say that?
Macau.
Macau. So there's something called an ad valorem rate of duty increases from 90% to 120%. This is a lot of math, everybody. May 2nd to June 1st, per postal item increases from $75 to $100. That means you're going to be contacted to pay the separate fee of $75 to $100. And then on June 1st, it goes from $150 to $200. So R36S, something that's $30. Good luck with that. But again, if you buy from local stock or on Amazon, you'll be paying probably close to what you're used to paying. So yeah, that is some dry stuff, isn't it? But this is the facts, and this is what we're looking at now. Anbernic also said, hey, we're going to be stopping shipments to the U.S. here, but don't worry, buy from our U.S. warehouses. Don't even worry about that. So it'll be interesting. As far as other brands go, let's just go through the tabs real quick. We have Ioneo. They have no official statement. Additional notes say the final payment does not include taxes and duty fees. If you want to know how much customs will charge you or why there is a delay in processing your order through customs, you will need to contact the customs, okay? AYN, no official statement, but there's going to be generally a tax of 21 to 23%, all right? In European countries, Nintendo, Switch, okay, here's one. Switch 2 launch price remains the same at $450, $500, but Switch 2 accessories now are going to see price increases to make up
and they've
for
actually announced those price adjustments as well. So
really?
We're looking at like $95 Joy-Cons, and yeah, I mean, basically they're trying to be clever about it. They kept the console price the same, but then shifted it over to the accessories. I guess that was a way to balance it out. But
who needs the Mario Kart racing wheel accessory? Like, who needs that?
I'm good with that. I don't need
and
that.
who needs that camera? Like,
I think
nobody
Rob does.
Maybe
the
Russ.
cameras.
I don't know.
So did you guys see that Paul Rudd commercial with the Switch 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
pretty
was actually
awesome. But
that was actually awesome. Yeah.
what concerns me is how heavily Nintendo's marketing the game chat feature, which I feel like maybe 90% of the people are never gonna use that.
Yeah. I do appreciate though that they're still showing the choppy gameplay when they show it. You know what I mean? Even in the Paul Rudd
That's
commercial,
what I
they're
mean.
just
I'm
like,
like, it doesn't even look
10 frames per
impressive.
second.
It
Right.
looks awful. Like
It's too much to process. Yeah, having
How
everyone's
fast
face
can you
up.
count it?
Yeah, it's nuts. Okay, and so the other part of tariffs is something called de minimis. Just means things under $800 now are going to be not exempt like they were before. And there was a recent update. Oh gosh, let's pull that up again. Sorry, Sony. There was a recent update that changed the 800 to, what was it? Was it 150? Am I crazy? Okay, new tariff structure for sub $800 shipments. It's just sub $800 shipments from China, Hong Kong, Macau. That's right. We were talking about this already. Yeah, increase from 150 to 200. Good times. Very confusing. I am so sorry. But there's an awesome breakdown in our article here, as well as in our various subreddits and SBC Gaming as well. You're going to see a lot of people, smarter people than me, explaining, how this all works. Let's look at any retailers we might have missed, though, like 1X Player.
So the thing is, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but for companies that do business in China and are shipping to us, wouldn't they just leave prices as is, and then the tariffs get imposed on us when it comes into the country? So DHL
Right.
or whoever is handling. So then why are some of the companies raising prices on top of it? If
That's a good question, Mr.
right,
Tech
I mean,
Dad.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking about that. I'm like, wait, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, I understand Ionel's response, AYN's response makes sense, but like, what brand was it that was saying they're raising the prices? Was it Go Game Geek or
Because,
which one?
well, and it's a great question, Mr. Tech
Yeah.
Daddy, because the brands get to choose which they do. So they
Yeah.
can either impose the import tariff, or they can increase the price and they'll cover, right? Like
Okay.
they'll cover the price, but the customer still pays it. But at least you're not being contacted separately.
Okay, so then they're covering it up front. Then basically is what it is. That's what it would be.
Which I would find preferable. It makes it
Okay.
easier, because maybe I'm going to miss a call. It's going to go to my spam. It's some random phone number from China calling me. Probably isn't going to make it to my ear.
I could just imagine this being the new AliExpress scam where they raise the
Oh.
prices, but you still get the tariff fee.
And
when
then they do it
comes-
anyways because there's thing is like, yeah, they're just gonna destroy the package or something if you don't pay it, right? What do they
Pretty
do?
pretty much they hold it
You're
hostage
screwed.
until you pay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just screwed there. Retroid, no official statement there other than we're still going to offer 4PX shipping and DHL. The 4PX shipping time will be about 15 to 60 days. Realize that 4PX up to 60 days.
So, the thing about that is, I just want to remind people that it might, not be that long.
Yeah.
Because, what was it? Everything started shipping on the 13th, so just over a week ago. And I ordered via 4PX, and my Flip 2 just landed in the United States today, like this morning. So,
Wow. Okay.
I'm probably going to land under 15 days.
Yeah,
Okay,
4PX has been pretty good for me as well. Like I usually say about 2 weeks for me.
It's
Yeah.
usually been solid for me, and it's how I
Yeah.
always go with Retroid purchases, including these ones. But my packages have been stuck in Hong Kong now for a while.
The reason I always do 4PX is because both they and DHL hand off to the USPS for the last state or two to get to me anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
had an
Depends where you're at.
AliExpress package get delivered to Florida, so that's another new scam that they're pulling where they
Rob,
give you a tracking
good
number
times.
and they.
Yeah, and
you're having
This
great
sucks.
luck with
This sucks.
AliExpress.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm so sorry, man. They shipped me some empty boxes recently. Like just
Yep.
literally, it's just an empty box.
It's
And
ridiculous.
I'm like, okay.
I vote we just start buying everything from Wish.com again.
Wish.com. Honestly, I've been doing more eBay lately, even though it's expensive. It's still better than Amazon pricing.
Plus, you're
Yeah.
supporting some person who either does it as a hobby or as a small business kind of thing. I mean,
Same reason I've gone out locally here to
Yeah.
just retro game stores, and I've got some of my old consoles, just from a local mom and pop shop that felt really good to me. They're charging a bit more, but it's like, whoa, it's right there. You're talking to someone in person.
You can just get whatever you need.
Now DHL, right? Oh, there's PGR
Nice.
Racing.
PGR3.
Yes.
I went on
DHL's
a
up.
tear earlier. I was for Xbox games. I wanted to get all of the Burger King games, you know. So I like,
Yes.
went and I got all those used, you know. So
Yes.
Which one's your
it's
favorite?
funny
Russ?
those little things.
I
I
know.
like the racing one. I forgot Big Bumpin'
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever.
Big bumping,
Yeah.
yeah. Big
Yeah,
bumpin'.
I don't
Fair
like
enough.
Sneak King.
Sneak
I
King
don't
is
like
creepy as heck.
I don't.
Yeah.
That was weird to play.
Yeah. And,
It's somewhere behind me, but
and then you get to talk to the employee about, like what you love, and someone in
Oh,
the
yeah.
chat said it right
Oh,
there,
yeah.
like you both love the same thing, so you get that in person, like good feeling experience connecting to somebody. I even heard like a game. I used to work at this place called Game Crazy here in the Pacific Northwest. They were attached to Hollywood Video, just a I think California, Oregon, Washington thing, and they went out of business around 2010 with Blockbuster. But there's still a Game Crazy store down here in Salem, in Oregon, and so I learned about that yesterday. I'm like, I totally want to go down there just for that. Like, my favorite job in my whole life was working at a game store, slinging video games,
That's
and selling MVP packages and playing Guitar Hero and listening to the Burnout Revenge soundtrack all day, every day during my shifts.
cool. Oh, so I probably politely turned you down when you try to sell me something.
Yes, yeah, yep. I was pretty decent though at selling those MVPs because they were good deals. I could sell it to you now, but the company's not in business. You got 5 free disc buffs. How else? Like, that's value. It's $5. Anyways, last to finish up the tariff talk, DHL also had a statement about how their packages are going to be affected. Let's pull it up real quick. DHL says effective April 5th, all shipments to the U.S. with a declared value over $800 now requires a formal entry of processing. What does that mean? I don't know.
Suddenly your
click on
Neo
that and find
handhelds
out.
just got a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Declared value $20.
And they have a whole thing you can read here if you want on their website about into details what they mean here. But generally, don't buy things over $800 for this hobby, everybody. You don't need it. Why?
you don't need
like,
it.
There's some handheld under $800 that will accomplish what you want, I'm sure.
I mean, just get a Steam Deck.
Just get a Steam Deck, bro. No official updates or statements from UPS or FedEx, though. So it's an ever-fluid, evolving situation. And if you have questions, we will do our best to answer tonight in the live stream or in the comments after. I wouldn't say I'm an expert on this at all. We're all kind of learning with you all and reporting on it, but it's a wild world we've been thrust into here. So, hey. Well, with that, Pico8, this is fun.
Ooh.
Talk about that. No, I'm sorry. RP Mini
Oh.
screen. RP Mini has a new screen they're showing off on their YouTube channel. So if you are somebody who has an RP Mini, you wanted to pay the money, get a new screen shipped over to you, great. This is what it's going to look like now. Basically has the RP Classic screen. You get a preview there. Nice, big viewing area. And I see producer Sony looking for it. Yeah, it's just on Retroid's main YouTube channel.
Honestly, I still don't quite understand why they didn't just go with it from the beginning. I know at one point they kind of quoted, the market is mostly looking for 4x3 handhelds.
Yep.
And so that's what they wanted to focus on. But at the same time, this
This
just
is a
looks
miss.
so much better.
It's so
Right.
much better.
I think that it actually shows a lack of paying attention to the scene, because they would have seen that the RGB30 and other Square handhelds were really beloved, and we make it work. We just want the pixels. Give us all the pixels, as much screen as possible. We'll make the rest work. We'll figure out our overlays and shaders and whatnot, but don't change it. Don't, cover up pixels. We don't want that, and so I don't really talk to Retroid anymore, but I have been curious about, because they no longer sell the Retroid Pocket Mini. They just don't sell on their website. It says sold out everywhere.
Yeah,
And then they're saying if you have one, then they'll send you this thing, right? But why won't they just sell one then? Why don't they just change it up and make one that has this new screen? They made a whole brouhaha about hey, we're gonna spend $1 million. We're gonna mortgage off our kids and dog and stuff so that we can get a new screen for you guys, right?
Right.
This screen is great. I just take this one. You don't need to lose your house or whatever. Just give us this. And
I'm like,
so,
I just want to
We
buy a
will buy
black Retroid Pocket Mini so I could put that screen on it, because I don't want to ruin my Saturn one.
Same.
yeah.
And again, just thinking about the glass front, and it's black and it's an OLED display. why didn't they just ship it with this screen? We could have 4.3, 16.9. It would blend in. It would look really good. Like that was the whole appeal of the RP5. If you got it in black, the same idea. You know, what are they gonna do? Cover the screen to make it a 4x3 Retroid Pocket 5? I mean, it's like.
Oh, could
you don't want all that screen. Let's cover that up. You don't need that.
They must.
That's the beauty of the OLED panel. That's the whole point. It's like,
they must have had a vision that they wanted 4x3, you know, and this is so much better. It was what, 8x7.
Well,
it's like 37 by 21 or something.
Yeah, 31 by 27.
It's very close. It's very close.
I hate that. I hate that I have that memorized, but yes.
You just set it to full. That's what you do. You go into RetroArch, you set the scaling to full, and that's going to be close enough to 8x7. It'll be fine. You've got enough pixel density that it'll cover all that. I'll talk about it in my Retroid Pocket Classic review, but it's a great screen. I mean, we saw it on the DMG from INEO already. I love it, but I just don't understand why they went that way, and then now they're not also selling it. Like, I really hope that they are like, hey, here's the new version 2 Retroid Pocket Mini with this new screen, and we suck. We're not changing the price or anything. Here you go. Like, that's what I need to see. You know,
I will buy this.
No tariffs for anybody. That's the other part.
Yeah.
If they sell this, I will buy it. That's as simple as it is. I don't like the RP Mini with the 4x3 screen. It's way too small. It looks weird to me. Weird bezels and ratio. This, all day long. Let's go.
Look at that. It looks awesome. So I have 2 of these screens coming. They just sent them to me yesterday or today. They'll be here on Friday. So what I'll do is I will just make a replacement video. Like I'll go through the process, you know. I got 2 Retroid Pocket Minis, so maybe I'll break one, who knows, but at least I'll get a good tutorial out of it for everybody else, and at least be able to assess how difficult it is. You know, people are worried about like the adhesives and stuff,
helpful. Just having you go through it and just, you know, adding your voiceovers and whatnot and just guiding people through it, because I mean, from what I saw from Retroid, it's definitely a daunting task. So I think some people are gonna just feel a little more relieved if you go through the process for everyone.
Right.
You know,
and as a company, it's in their best interest to make it like to downplay how difficult it's going to be. Right. To just do this.
Hey,
just go ahead and buy 10 chickens and put them inside. That's all you got to do. You know, like it's ridiculous. So at least we'll get a good like actual like experience with it. And so that's what I'm hoping to do, because I'm not the best at that stuff. I've been doing it for a while, but I'm not good, you know, and so that'll be a good kind of just barometer for everybody, I think.
Yeah, man. For one, I want to do it. For two, no, I do not want to do the installation myself, though. But I do want to watch your video. I would likely be in the camp of not. I will be the person who breaks my handheld. I think I'll wait to see if they offer it for purchase. If not, maybe I will be forced to do the scary thing. We'll see. Yeah.
So we've got Stubbs, who's the type of person that would break his screen. I'm the type of person that would like mess up the ribbon cable installation and not realize it until the whole thing is back together.
Oh, that's the worst. That is the worst.
I did that too many times back when I was like modding Miu Minis.
Oh, I think we all have done that mistake. Oh, these are such common mistakes. My favorite though is when you have like one screw left over and you're like, like how? Where does this one screw come from?
Yeah, I've had that too.
I don't know if you guys remember one of my very first like installation videos. I took the old RG350, you know, and I took the RG350M screen, which was a 480p screen, so double the resolution, and it was OCA laminated. So I wanted to take that out and put it in the RG350, and then you just have to change one little kernel thing. So I did that, and I'm like taking out the screen, and you had to like cut some parts from the RG350 like plastic shell, and then I cut myself during it, like with a scalpel. And it was pretty bad. I cut that part out, but I didn't really know how to edit video. I mean, we're talking 2020, right? And so I took it out, I like do that, and then I like wrapped it up and stuff. But I used to use daylight with some of my lighting. I was like, I can't stop. I'm losing light. And so like I let it stop for like 10 minutes and then I went back into it. And so over time, as you watch that video, the blood just starts pooling in my Band-Aid. It's the grossest thing. I can't believe I did that. But anyway, that was back when I filmed with an iPad instead of like even my phone. And so very early Retro Game Core right there is like an injury on set kind of thing. So I'll never do that again, but that was fun.
I'll be that guy for sure. But I'll watch the video and then see like, all right, maybe I'll feel a little more confident. Their video they have goes by very, very fast. And it's like,
on purpose.
And someone said a
Right.
comment on the video like, this looks like the type of project you need to pour yourself a stiff drink for and make a whole day of it. And
I would advise to not drink before doing
probably
that.
not drink before. It thins the blood.
You
and
might
it'll
need
be
a stiff
mess
drink after you're done with
after. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Saito says, I'm always missing a screw that I dropped on the floor. Me too. Have you done modding outside on the grass, though? That's a challenge. Then you're dropping screws in
Is
the
that the
grass.
hardest situation you've done mods in? Like just out in the grass where you can lose it easily?
Yes. Well, the kids wanted to play outside that day, and I'm all about make the content, where you're at for me anyways. I fit it into my life where I can. And so I'm like, I guess I'm doing an R36S modding video sitting outside on the grass today. So we did that. And I found all the screws eventually, but it was touch and go there for a minute.
I only ask because my worst was like I just got my wisdom teeth out, so I was still under.
When you lost in the grass?
No, I was still. I was under the anesthetic still, and I started modding my Switch dock, like completely disassembling it for the small dock mod. And I was
Kids,
doing
this
that.
is why you
and
don't do drugs. Don't do
I
drugs,
couldn't
kids.
think half the time, but I still have it.
He woke up and he had like a
Wow,
Sega
man.
Genesis in his hands. He's like, "What? Why do I have a Nintendo 64 here? What happened?"
Wow.
It's
Good
those
one, man.
hard mods that end up the best. I mean, come on.
Oh, guys. This is
Oh, there it is.
this is good. Oh, no. Zen Zero. Can Amish people remove their wisdom teeth? Oh, no.
Stubbs,
no.
this is on
It's
you.
my fault. This is my fault.
This is all.
I'm so sorry.
It wasn't even Andrew this time.
I know you should see Rob's AI memes that he makes. He probably shows you, but
He shows me a
Oh.
lot of them.
yeah. I think
The ferrets, you were just holding a gun up. I mean, the amount of places I could use that pose, it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's just a gold mine of content.
Rob,
think
you've got mods for not mods, memes for days.
Seriously. So
God.
good.
Oh no, I saw it. I just didn't acknowledge it.
Let me answer some questions. Retro Tech Dad looks like Christian from the WWE. Yes, that's correct.
I love that.
That's correct.
Okay,
Good
I can
question or
I
statement.
love it.
Looney Tunes, how do you buy from a U.S. warehouse? So if you're on AliExpress, you can choose the options. The shop will say U.S. warehouse, usually with the graphic at the bottom, or they'll have an American flag. And you can actually filter by ships from U.S. when you look up stuff, and it'll only show you American warehouse items. Likewise, Go Game Geek, they're going to show you the American warehouse section of the site versus the others. Retroid, you don't get the option. Anbernic.com, also there's local warehouse option you can pick. So each reseller sets it up a little differently. But there is more and more I'm seeing, especially AliExpress. I'm seeing so many shops do
Where they have
shipping.
the local shopping thing on the top, and you can just ships from the U.S. kind of thing.
Yeah.
They will find a way, and they are finding a way around this, and I believe they always have. So they want to make money. The shops want to make money, and so we're seeing them adapt, and we adapt too, being hobbyists and reviewers in the space. So, I think it's going to be okay. I really do. In the end, I really think it's going to be all right. But good question. Calvin, for one thing, thanks for your super chat. And Calvin, want to know, is the RG557 rooted? I don't know. The RG556 was, right? Okay, it's not.
I don't think it is. I'm not a
Okay.
expert or anything, but
I don't think
I
it
haven't
is
seen anything.
either.
Okay. Yeah. And Gamma, if Gamma offers an OS, probably that would be rooted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't know. But maybe we will soon. Green Protagonist, thank you for your super chat. Greetings, Russ. Good to see you. For all the hosts, given how good Unisoc and MediaTek budget chips are to Snapdragon 865, how soon do we think we will see a true portable tiny GameCube device at under $100? Russ?
I think it's coming. The only issue is that when you get to that amount of power, a lot of the companies want to make it a flagship. And so they start putting all the other good stuff in it. Nice display, nice sticks, nice screen, good battery, fan, all that kind of stuff. And so it starts to drive up that price. So we need something that's passively cooled, We need something that's just an IPS display, you know, like that's what we need. A good 480p handheld that can play up to GameCube. I think it's coming, but I don't know when, you know, just because I think there's just like a big difference between the high end stuff and then the PS1 and below, you know, and so we need something in that middle there. And who knows? I mean, I know Anbernic's working on their next line of XX like devices. It's supposed to be more powerful. So hopefully those are going to be sub $100, but I don't know what the power is going to be. I don't know what the chip's going to be. But that might be an avenue, and maybe not this year, but maybe their third generation of XX devices, you know, after they've released 15 of those ones, they're ready for the next ones. And maybe that'll be the one. I don't know.
I'd say like the Retroid Pocket 2S was the closest we got to that. And I love that handheld. I wish.
I feel like
I wish they
the
still
classic,
sold it.
if they use this chipset, you know what I mean, and they put that in a horizontal handheld, and they put some
Yes.
sticks on it,
Yes.
that'd be great.
It's a surprisingly capable chipset. Surprisingly capable.
The only thing is, though, is that wasn't the question about a Linux handheld?
Let me see. Did he say that?
Because I think if it was a Linux handheld,
He just said true portable tiny GameCube device.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I always put Linux in because people seem to like want that for some reason, especially in like these cheaper handhelds. But it's like not everyone's looking for that.
Well, you can do Rocknix though if you want.
It's true.
Yeah. But GameCube performance isn't quite there. You know, if you look at like Snapdragon 865, you put it on your RP5, you know, you've got Rocknix on there. The GameCube performance doesn't hit the same as the Android one does. And so there's still some loss there, you know, just in terms of probably just time on task in terms of, you know, emulation and optimizations and stuff. So yeah, I think Android will probably be the way to go for a while.
And I believe that Abraham Lincoln was the president that said Android is a Linux OS, says Matt Davis.
Oh my gosh.
So if we want to actually it, there we go.
Yeah.
Good questions. Good questions. What else we got going on today? Okay. So now, let's talk about the Pico8. So Pico8 is working with PEXLabs, and they're making physical versions of their carts. So you want a physical Celeste? Because, I mean, in my opinion, it's the best version for me because I can beat it in 30 minutes. But if you want a physical cart, you can do that now. They're looking to reach out
all over that Celeste. Oh,
getting
he probably
that. I'm
ordered
getting
the
that
whole
so
box worth.
I'm still stuck in the first level on the big Celeste version.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's
You
a tough
stuck on
game.
the first level?
Like the first area. Yeah. I am horrible at it, but I can beat the little Pico8 Celeste.
Oh my gosh.
What?
We'll get into this. Don't worry.
I'm gonna have to send you a save file for later in the game so you can see how bad it really gets.
Jeez.
I gotta beat Star Ocean Blue Sphere first in Game of the Month. We'll
okay,
see. But,
when is that gonna happen?
well, don't life
Birds
sucks,
with Guns
so.
is great.
Oh yeah,
I was just looking at the other box
that's a
art.
good game.
That's an awesome game.
Birds with
People
Guns.
what is that? World Rally or World Race?
I think that's World Race.
World Race.
Race.
Is that
That's a good game. Yeah,
I'm
it's a good
pretty
one.
sure I played that game. I'm trying to think if I have.
It's an older one, but it's good.
Yeah.
is that made by Mott? Mott's like my favorite developer for Pico8. He makes a lot of cool.
I'm not sure.
So
My
thing
favorite
about-
Pico8 game is called oh my gosh, I just forgot the name of it. I'll put it in the chat if I remember what it's called.
So
But
Sweet
anyway,
Buns.
it's like
Sweet
Metroidvania.
Buns. Sweet Buns.
Ooh.
Sweet Buns is good too.
Yeah.
But there is one that's it's called Allocation, like Allocation, and it is
Ooh.
so good. It's a Metroidvania and only takes about 10 minutes to beat. And it's nobody like I don't even think it was a featured game like on the Pico8 menu. Like it's just hidden in there. And I just picked it up at one point. I'd love a cartridge of that. That would be awesome.
That would be sweet. Cosmic Collapse is another one that I know.
Oh,
is
that's
fun.
such a good
Cosmic
one.
Collapse. Yes.
That one was worth paying for, honestly.
Yeah.
Buns Bunny
Definitely.
Survivor. You check out Kim's video too. Kim has like a Pico8 showcase.
And I've definitely got at least one old article on the stuff too.
That's
So
right.
did
I know.
the PEXLabs because they're doing a handheld, right? That
Yeah,
can play
let's
the
look at that.
cards.
So
Yeah.
PEXLabs, they are mainly
What an
making this
angle.
handheld, and then you can buy carts for it. Much like here's
That's
the
cool.
mod
That's
retro.
really cool.
They're making
Yes.
carts for Game Boy Color again, and you have Evercade. So if you're into physical cart collecting and you like seeing that in your space and playing those carts, is such a cool way to support the devs. As well as not only they have this handheld, but PEXLabs is saying, hey, if you're a dev of a Pico8 game, reach out to them on Twitter or whatever, contact them, and then let them know, because they will work with you to get your game into a physical cartridge. Fantastic. So you've taken a PNG file and made this physical cartridge. So it's simple handheld, 2 buttons, 1 D-pad. That's it.
What was it? If you scroll down, they do have some of the planned specs for it. And it looks like right now they're planning to use the same 4-inch 720p screen that we've seen
Good
in
choice.
like
That's
the
smart.
RGB 3020SX and those types of handhelds. The thing that kind of gets me is the all-winner A33 processor. Rob, do you know what that's from?
Jeez, that's so old. What's it from though? What device is it from? Oh, I'm scared he's pulling something really scary off the shelf.
I think it's that. Isn't that the one that's in the that one,
Oh.
Pocket Go?
Yeah, the S30.
Yeah, I'm like, that's such an old chip. I'm like, I feel like the old lady from Titanic.
Oh. Now, the one thing to note is that while technically speaking, this website hasn't had much of an update in a little while, they have been updating things, like the physical carts. They've also been updating the fact that they're working on an actual Pico launcher for the handheld that's also available on, I believe they'll be making it available on both Windows, Linux, Raspberry Pi. And I believe it's just called Pico Launcher. And it's basically like an entire revamp of the original Pico8 launcher. I think it looks a little better, but it's not like it's going to be, completely game changing. It's just a nicer front end, basically.
That's cool.
That is
another
that is cool.
handheld with the A33 is this is the Mio A30, so you can run Spruce on it. So
Duh.
Andrew says it's out already.
It's out now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pico launcher is out, yes.
Pico launcher. There's also that one for Android that is a little rough around the edges. I forgot, Pico Go or something. I covered a video on that, and
oh yeah,
that's another option. But this Pico launcher looks really nice for a front end, and Pico8 has to be one of my absolute favorite platforms these days. When I get a handheld, one of the first things I like to do is load up Celeste. See, all right, how's this feel? Yeah.
I know that's what Ban does. That's the only game he loads on his handhelds.
He's who got me doing this.
I've got my really strange modded
Ugh.
RGB 30 metal edition. So it's just a red slab on the back.
Wow.
No sticks. Rocknix just boots right into Splore. This is my Pico8 handheld right now. Even if it takes a minute just to boot.
Yeah. Then you're in.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Looks comfy.
It's an RGB 30 with rounded corners on the bottom.
Oh, fantastic.
That's nice.
I'll answer a couple more questions here and we'll move on. But T Burden, can anyone do a tutorial of NFL 2K5 with updated rosters for Odin 2 or Portal, please? For one thing, thanks for your super chat.
I feel like that's Zoo territory right there. I think Zoo has to do that,
yeah.
right?
Zoo, that's your project now. All energy towards this goal to the end zone.
And NFL 2K5 is so. It's amazing how good that game is, even 20 years later. It's unreal what they were able to do back then. It's just the presentation is amazing in that game.
Yeah. I read that and I thought it was 2K25. I'm like,
too.
Is this an Android game that just came out? I don't know this one.
Well, I thought it was
now it makes sense. 2K5.
Taking the roster from 2K25 and then porting it back to, because I know people do that, right? They update.
Yeah, you can do that with
rosters.
Tecmo Super Bowl and stuff. They do that every year.
Cool.
They have competitions with them and stuff. Yeah, I think that's cool.
That's incredible. All right, Jay, Jonah, Jameson. I bought my Odin 2 and my Retroid Pocket 5 within 2 weeks of each other. I can't seem to figure out why I don't like the Odin 2 screen as much. Well, when you got an OLED,
which Odin 2? Yeah, which Odin?
Yeah,
that matters quite a bit.
Must mean the regular Odin 2.
Yeah,
but
it's night and day difference.
Yeah, the RP5 screen's better than the Odin 2, definitely.
Oh yeah.
You got IPS versus OLED, which is tough for IPS to compete. Unless you're talking about the Portal versus the RP5, then I would say, are you sure you bought an AYN Odin 2 Portal? But even the Mini is pretty beautiful. I actually picked another one up.
I feel like the Mini LED gets some hate, but I think it's a
beautiful
fantastic display. It's actually quite good.
But against the original,
I feel like
Odin
I
2
need to
display,
buy
yeah.
one I need to buy an Odin 2 Mini because it is terrible on mine. Like I hate my
Really?
screen. Like I don't. It's gotten worse. I think.
Oh, really?
You know,
That
and so
sucks.
I don't know if it's the screen itself's gotten worse or just my standards after having something like the Retroid Pocket 5. It's just I don't like the colors. It looks washed out. You know, and I don't know. I think I need to get a retail one because I only have a review unit. I never got an actual retail one. So.
My review unit Odin 2 Mini screen, was not that great. I didn't love it. I reviewed it poorly. I just bought one retail finally, and maybe I'm crazy, but it does look a lot better to me. Like it's a beautiful, vibrant screen. It's actually lit throughout. It still has the vignetting a little bit, but it does look and feel like a more put together device to me. So it might be worth checking out. Last one, NFL 2K5, 20 years old and still better than current gen Madden.
It's true.
Yes.
It's
And
true.
I recommend you all go out and watch the TV show Game Changers. They have an episode dedicated to Madden and the history of this whole franchise, and our friend Chris Cross is interviewed in it, and it's incredible. So yeah, I recommend that. It's on Discovery and HBO Max.
Yeah, it's true that because EA freaked out and they ended up buying the NFL license after that game because they released that
Right.
game for $20 against EA's Madden at the time, which was like $50-$60, and it was just like, yeah, EA was definitely sweating right there.
And Digital Jedi R46S is the greatest Pico8 device of all
No,
time. I don't know.
No.
Is it this
No.
one? Is this R46S?
No, that's the R40.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
Yeah, this thing is not
So,
good.
The
No,
R40
it's not good.
The R46S is the one where the screen just fell out while I was doing the unboxing video.
I saw
for it.
that, and that's why I didn't buy it. That's right.
The funny thing is
Uh,
I fixed that one, so it was actually worse than what it is now, Stubbs.
Ugh,
No.
The
no.
the
Oh,
shoulder
dancing.
buttons didn't work at all. That's awful.
he's dancing.
All right, and we got to get to this question as well. We'll move on here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Clayton Morris, for one thing, thank you so much for your crazy, amazing super chat. $100. My gosh. Clayton, if you don't know, also runs a gaming YouTube as well as a political YouTube and a huge influencer in the scene. You guys ever hit a weird issue with these Android devices where you've got RetroArch all set up, cores downloaded properly, and ROMs play fine, but Emulation Station won't launch ROMs? Had this issue on the Pocket Micro. It shows all ROMs and box art in Emulation Station, but won't play ROMs. So Pocket Micro, I'm guessing the Ioneo Pocket Micro here. That's Russ, have you seen that? I don't use Emulation
So
Station. a ton.
so sometimes that'll happen if somebody will so say within RetroArch specifically if they the folder naming is not 100%. So if it's, for example, if you allow Emulation Station to create your folders for you on your SD card or internally, it generally will get everything correct. But if you try to drag over sometimes there's like a capitalization. So think about NES and it's all lowercase, but then you dragged over one that says all uppercase. Emulation Station will see it and it'll identify it, but when you try to launch it, it won't work. And so that's one of the issues that sometimes comes up. Yeah, otherwise it's usually just a core issue. Like if the core is properly installed in RetroArch, you go into Online Updater, Core Downloader, you get all the cores that you want. And then also in Emulation Station, press Start and then go into Main Menu, other options, then Emulator Options, Alternative Emulators, and then pick whatever the core is that you already have downloaded. If you don't have the correct core downloaded from the one that you're trying to launch, then it won't launch either, because it's like saying, hey, I'm trying to launch the Nestopia core, but you have the FCEUMM core installed and downloaded. And so that is another thing that will happen. And then like Todd just mentioned, like a lack of BIOS. So like if the BIOS files don't work, then that can be a problem too. But according to Clayton's comment here, he's got it all set up. He's got the cores downloaded properly. The ROMs play fine. And so that's why I'm thinking that it may be a folder name issue kind of thing.
There you go, man. Yeah. Very full-length answer. Let us know if you have more questions. Thanks, Russ, for answering that.
Yeah.
And join our Discord too if you're not on it, since
yes,
people will always help. There's always lots of people that are always willing to help and just answer questions. Like real time.
And Emulation Station has their own Discord too, where the developer's like in it, and that guy is like he's crazy, like crazy in a good way, but like he's just like on it, you know. And so yeah, if you got a problem, he wants to know about it.
Yes. Yeah. Emulation Station is awesome front end. one of the best options for Android, as well as you get it for Linux and you get it for Windows. So like you can have Emulation Station on all your devices, one unified thing. You sync thing, man, you're ready to go. Oh yeah, join our Discord. And if you are interested in supporting the Discord, yep, we do have packages start at $3 a month, which supports what we're doing here and gives you access to even deeper levels of questions and our private marketplace to get cheap deals and like our voice chat, like our game stream hangout area. It's a lot of fun. I'm in there every day. A lot of us are in there every day, just shooting the breeze. So it's a good place to also ask questions, but also for free in our Discord. Russ also hosts his Discord in our Discord and his own Discord. There's a lot of Discords. But yeah, we're in there every day. It's free to join. Yeah, use it, ask questions. So many Discords. Good.
We have one more super chat.
Russ, do you hate Spider-Man and why? Is the answer yes?
I feel like this is a loaded question, Mr. Jameson. So I don't think I should respond to that. I'm a little worried.
It is
feel
a
like we
good
should-
question.
I feel like there's some history there with J. Jonah Jameson there.
I mean,
I
let's
don't
talk
know
about
what it could
comics
be.
too. So, I mean, I've talked about it on the stream, but like, I have a very small comic collection, but it's like from when I was a younger guy, and my comic book character is Morbius. This is all before the movie and all that stuff. Like I've always collected Morbius comic books, who is a Spider-Man villain. So I have a lot of Spider-Man comics because he's in them, like I like Spider-Man and whatnot. But yeah, I've got every appearance of Morbius in comic book form. I thought I was going to get rich when that movie was coming out. I was like, all right, this is like the kids' college fund, because like the Guardians of the Galaxy comics like went super high in price afterwards, right? In value and whatnot. And I was like, this is it. College fund is done, right? And then freaking Jared Leto, whatever his name is, man, he blew it. So they're all sitting here still, but
my favorite
very
is the
proud of that
Morbius. That's what is it? An emoji, or it's like in GIF form.
Oh,
a full movies in
yes,
the GIF form.
I have I host like a couple of emojis, and one of them is literally just a circle, and it just plays the entire movie in like 10x speed. It's just been condensed so low that you just see the whole thing in one go.
I mean,
So
I think
good.
the writing was on the wall when I may be one of the biggest Morbius fans in the world. Not that I actually like the character, but it's just because like the completionist in me was like, oh, this is a character who's small enough that I can get it all, Anyway, I didn't even go see that movie in the theaters. Like that's how
I've never
bad
seen
it
it.
was. Right.
I've never
There
seen
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
There
So,
it
there
is.
you Oh my gosh.
So now the game of chicken we're playing here with the algorithm is, will this get us a copyright strike? Tune in later.
If we
think
get
a
a
tiny
copyright
little GIF,
strike
though.
over that little tiny Morbius, then
Sony
we
is going to
deserve-
send
we
us
deserve
money
it.
and be like, thank you for showing our movie.
It's
We're
been
a
seen
sponsor
more
now.
times than in theaters.
Lawrence Fishburne was the best Morbius.
Mighty Morbid Power Rangers.
Mighty Morbid Power Rangers.
I like that one.
Retro Dad is drunk as F today.
No.
Oh man, at least it's not me being with that saying towards me. I'm just tired. So very tired. Oh, it's Rob, it's time. We're an hour in.
Oh,
You ready?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Stretch it out, everybody.
Sure,
All right. It's
stretching it.
exercise time.
I don't know
Burn
what's
those
happening.
calories. Come on.
We're supposed to
let's go.
stretch.
They're doing
squats.
Oh, I haven't watched in a while. I didn't realize this was a thing.
blame Crisscross.
We learned this from the Medal of Honor developer.
Ah,
This is how he stays youthful
Stretch it
into
out.
his what is he,
Loosey-goosey.
60s, Stubbs? I mean, he
Do a
looks
little
like he's
turny poop.
aging in reverse.
Move your
Wow.
knees. You know those knees are going to
Yeah.
get squeaky. All right, and we're back at it. All right, good. That was a good exercise minute.
I don't even think it was a minute.
We're going to do this all year long.
A minute.
30 seconds, good exercise. Get the
Fastest
blood
minute
flowing.
ever.
You can't just sit down and live stream and play video games all day. You got to move your body. At least for 30 seconds. That's the rule now.
That's
Rob.
all it takes.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
David Davidson. All right, and we're back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're
Whatever
talking
that
about
was.
Bazite real quick before we do an unboxing. Bazite 42 released now, if you wanted to know, with support now for the MSI Claw. Really freaking cool. That is so cool. Bazite, as you know, is a SteamOS
Heck yeah.
basically variant. Turn your devices into a Steam Deck, and it's here for the claw in beta.
That MSI
Neat.
claw right there looks really good.
That
I like that one. Nice big screen.
that
Looks like it has some small controllers. I like that.
That's my favorite MSI
That's
claw
one of the
personally.
best MSI claws that was made by Lenovo. So that's the Legion Go. SteamOS 3.7.3 is in preview. If you're still waiting for Valve to release SteamOS to the masses, we're getting closer to that. So SteamOS preview is available now, focused on the Asus and Lenovo handhelds. That's going to add support for your power button on both sides of the handhelds, while also providing something called improved input support. Neat. And if you wanted to know, Doom 2016 is now on GOG.
Nice.
Ooh,
love
can
GOG.
can I make one software related
Yeah.
thing that I saw today?
Yes.
As of today, Portmaster has officially hit 1,000 ports.
Oh, nice. I'm
Uh,
waiting for that.
Yes.
They put out like a little montage video about it this morning. I believe they said almost half of the ports that they've put out are ready to run games,
Wow.
which
Wow.
I think it's incredible when you consider there's like, well, since there's 1,000, it's almost 500 games that you could just add to your system.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
498 ready to run, 507 that are commercial right now. That's awesome.
Exactly. If you had to take a guess, what do you think is the most popular downloaded port?
I know this, so I'm not going to participate.
Fallout 1? I don't know.
Rob, you got a guess?
What's the game that people want?
Yeah, like
Shredder's
think about it.
Revenge. I don't know. Balatro.
Actually, that made its way into like the top.
I was thinking Balatro, but I held off because I'm like, no, it's
Celeste?
too recent.
No. Russ,
Number
you just
one.
want to tell him?
Yeah, Stardew Valley.
Oh, Stardew Valley. Yeah, of course. All
That's it's such a like
You know,
big
the funny thing with
game.
Stardew Valley is I don't think Stardew Valley much because like on Android there's a native version, so I'm not thinking Linux handhelds enough. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
My brain's not on there.
Yeah.
153,000 downloads.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's almost triple the next game, which is Half-Life.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Half-Life. Half-Life was kind of like in my mind too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
People are saying Half-Life 3 in the chat.
Oh, I wish. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if someone made like a port that was just called Half-Life 3, but it's just like some 2D platformer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have ChatGPT make me Half-Life 3.
we are getting
What could go
requests.
wrong?
We are getting requests to show footage of the E6 Max as well. So this is, if you wanted to know, E6 Max, it is
Do it.
GameMT's latest. It is small batch production, so just be careful what shop you get it from. Rob did not get his package.
Do not order
but
from the Palm Fun store. They don't actually have stock. So
They're not actually fun. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, they're not. It's not a fun time. No.
But looks like
No.
Dead Fred made a video about this. Dead Fred, Retro Gaming with Dead Fred, awesome channel. Love to watch his videos. And
That's the one I ordered too. I love
Like,
that funky color. I think it's so
I-
cool looking.
I like the color. It's just
Mhm.
like they've been so hard to get just because they're
It's stupid. I mean, yeah.
produced in such small batches.
and these are.
I mean,
these
I
are
think he's literally making them himself by hand.
How much is this one? 140.
No,
No, it's under
less.
100.
No,
Under
this was
100,
like
wow.
$75 that I paid for it, then got refunded.
I saw a reseller shop. I swear,
No,
pricing it way too
yeah,
high. Okay.
don't pay that much. No,
Okay.
it's
All
not
right.
that
So under
much.
about
No.
$70. Finally fixed the D-pad, which is my biggest gripe with the other E6, E5 models. That wonky, circular D-pad that was very interesting. So potentially pretty cool. What is Fred's final takeaway there? I would say,
I think Fred's in chat too.
yeah.
I
Fred,
thought
what
he
was
was
your
in.
thumbs up or thumbs down? We'll keep it simple.
I'm just happy they finally fixed the D-pad.
Me too.
It only took like 6 handhelds, but they finally figured it out.
Might be one I pick up at some point, but yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, $80 is like not too bad.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like
Patron
Patron
says-
says just wait for the official release.
Wait
I
for
agree
the-
with that.
yeah, wait for the official. All right.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you, Sony. What do we got here? Cool. All right. Speaking of handhelds from China, we got
Woo!
the Helegaly, is that how you pronounce this? Aolus UX, you're in chat. A Helegaly? Helegaly? This is the Helegaly Pi, and it's a compact, I believe, 4x3 system here. And prototype, I really don't know a lot about this. We have a brief article
I've been following
about
this
it.
one for so long. I'm really curious to see this one.
Can we get some? Yeah, do we have specs or anything on this yet? I'd like to. We're going in blind here.
I'm gonna try and pull up the specs, but I believe it's another A527 just off of memory.
And the A527 against the H700, is that above or below?
It's above.
Okay.
Oh yeah. A527 is above the H700. Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, don't get too excited. It's just, all winter stuff is, it's kind of
yeah,
More
look,
like all loser. More
I've
like all
gone in-
loser, huh, guys?
like it's kind of bottom of the barrel stuff there, so don't get too excited.
I went into the Helegaly Pi channel thread in the Discord.
Yeah.
So it is an A527.
Okay.
It looks like it's a 960 by 720 display.
Okay.
So it's still 4x3, just higher resolution.
It's a good resolution.
Yeah, it sounds like it's the RG406H
Yeah, I was gonna
screen.
say.
Yeah, solid case here. Comes with screen protector, cable.
So I guess the name is like a combo of hero, legend, and what does it say?
Oh, it says it right there. Hero, legend,
Hero,
Game
legend,
ally.
game ally.
There you go.
Oh.
Helegaly. Helegaly.
He got Legaly. He got Legaly.
Helegaly.
They should have put two L's. They should have put two L's at the end, and then we can call it he legally.
I was gonna say hella illegal is what I was just a joke about.
Hero, legend, game, ally. He, le, ga, gay, al.
Take your time.
Reminds
Stubbs.
me of South Park.
Take your
Okay.
time.
Sorry. Hey, this is giving people flashbacks to that Retroid Flip 2 stream where I took 2 hours to turn on a handheld. People are
It has
still
an
hurt from that.
Antutu score of 3.14.
Oh.
No way.
That's great.
Whoa.
Is that real? Is that a joke? Is that a
That's
Matt
a
Davis
That's a joke.
That's a
The
oh
Pi
my.
number.
Could you imagine if it was that low?
All right, let's see what's in here.
I don't think it would complete the run if it was that low.
Okay. Helegaly. Let's not waste any more time here. Solid box. Only suggestion, criticism. I mean, add magnets. The only way to make that better.
The only way.
I like that color.
Oh, that's pretty
a-
good actually.
That's a nice color, yeah.
It's like an
What is the
indigo
texture
purple.
on the sides there? Is that like a grippy texture right there?
Yeah, not really. No, it's not grippy, but it is textured a
Oh.
little differently. It's like it's not smooth. It's a little bumpy.
Mhm. I like the
You
look
can
of
kinda
that.
see that. Yeah, I like the look of that too. It's almost the exact colorway as the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus color. In fact, let me get that real quick.
Yeah, color's great.
They got Nintendo Switch Joy-Con sticks, and not
Yeah.
$95 for the sticks. That's great, Nintendo
Everybody's favorite.
And they didn't go smaller like on the 557.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see if I have it here.
I hope we don't trend backwards here and go smaller. That's a mistake.
Yeah, I don't have that one right on me, but it looks very, very close to that, or like the RG351P. Satisfying removal. Nice. Oh, this is very comfortable. Okay, so you got a little bump out here. It feels kind of like the RP Mini size-wise.
Mm.
And, quiet. You got quiet L1 and R1. So they're a little clicky, but they're definitely quiet. You're not going to be able to hear it on stream here. Okay, so you do have digital L2, R2, I believe, but they're quiet again. And that actually feels pretty good for being what I think is digital. You have power. What's that? Home. Volume up, volume down. You do get a HDMI out there on the bottom, or on the top, sorry, and DC USB-C on the left on the bottom, and OTG on the right. Micro SD card, 3.5 headphone out, 2 down-firing stereo speakers, and you get clickable L3 and R3 sticks in a pretty comfortable position. I kind of like that. Now, this is one that might do well with a little added a grip for how this is right there, but I think for D-pad centric, this is going to be more comfortable than joystick. Let's turn it on.
It kind of has like Pow Kitty vibes with the D-pad and face buttons in terms of
Yes.
the, like, I feel like I've seen those
Yes.
buttons before, you know,
Yes.
like RGB10.
Yeah, it does kind of remind me of that. But surprisingly, this isn't rubber membrane D-pad. This is a Vita style, Retroid style, pivotable
interesting.
dome switch, or what do you call that? Dome switch
Yeah,
D-pad?
dome switch. Yep.
Yeah.
Dome.
Yeah, it's like a Vita.
Oh,
so
Batacera.
quiet.
I'm sure they got permission for that.
Yeah, right? Oh, Batacera's on there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And pretty decent sizing on those face buttons. Let's see how loud they are. Pretty quiet.
Does this have Wi-Fi?
Let's find out.
Someone was asking about
Start
the Wi-Fi
select.
streaming.
Oh, I like that D-pad though. And the
That
face
D-pad
buttons are
looks
quiet.
interesting. Yeah. Is this a 3:2 screen?
You know what? Great
No,
question.
4x3, 960 by
4x3.
720. It's 4x3.
4x3. Okay. All right. So there you go.
It hit
Kyle.
refresh. Yeah, it's not finding your networks.
No
So
Wi-Fi.
no Wi-Fi,
So
No
no
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Oh,
unless the OS just doesn't have it configured correctly.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is possible.
it's possible too. Yeah.
So here's viewing angles. Looks like IPS panel
Screen
there.
looks good. The screen looks like a nice quality screen.
Yeah, I like the screen. Okay, and I really like the D-pad. How much does this go for again? Do we know it? Aeolus, are you in chat?
I
You know,
Did it
much-
say
saw
80
s-
bucks?
I
Or
saw
no, that was
someone
the
say
that was the
60.
game NT.
I think someone said 60, but I'm not sure if that's for
Wow.
this device.
Yeah, 60 without Wi-Fi. I would say 60 might be around the cap that you'd want. So got some nice
Yep,
front end music.
$60.
$60.
Yep,
Nice.
There you go.
This comes
Put it on
with
screen.
perfect. You got N64, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, DS. So you got the gamut here. Does Dreamcast, PSP.
So the AOS just mentioned that the firmware doesn't have Wi-Fi support, but they're going to update that firmware. So it looks like it's on the board. They just
Oh,
need
really?
to
Okay.
fix the software.
Okay. And what do we have for the battery on this? I think I saw. Where was the instructions?
Does it say on the back? Like, is there a little thing like how Anbernic
Yeah,
says
there
it?
usually is, but not here.
No.
I don't know if-
There's no branding. Yeah.
I always thought that was like a legal requirement because all of them always have that listed on the back. Okay, here we go. So here's specs you wanted to know. We got an all-winner A527, octa-core ARM Cortex A55 up to 2 gigahertz, ARM G57 MC1 GPU, 2 gigabytes of LPDDR3 RAM, 16 gigabytes of eMMC storage. We have passive cooling, 4.02-inch IPS 960 by 720 at 60 FPS, HDMI 2.0, Wi-Fi 2.4 gigs instead of 5, Bluetooth 4.2. It's a little older technology there. Interface is USB-C, Linux OS 5000
Yeah,
milliamp
that's-
hour
that's
battery.
solid.
That's incredible for the form factor. Dang,
Yeah.
5000 milliamp hour. 5 volt, 2 amps, 10 watts, 220 grams. Nice.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, it's not
HDMI
bad,
out. Damn,
actually.
that's nice. No.
For $60, you know, or $500 after tariffs, that'll be great.
Yeah. Please no.
No, but it really is like a good value. Like, that's actually a good price. As long as
That's
the
a very
controls are
fair
good
price.
and we have good software for it, like, that's actually it's pretty competitive, especially with that screen. You don't have that screen everywhere.
Yeah, right.
That A527 is becoming like the next round of budget.
Next H700.
Yeah, a lot of devices are going to start using it or have started using it.
Yeah, that'll be
All
great.
right, I'm going to lower my ISO.
Yeah, $60
Screen.
is fair, very fair. And I'm glad that it has Wi-Fi too. That's nice.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi won't be fast enough for streaming, but it'll be good for retro achievements and downloading box art and stuff. So
Yep,
Yeah.
scraping all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that screen looks nice too. I completely agree with you. Retrospected, I'd love to see us move on beyond the Arcade 3326. I'll take anything at this point that's not Arcade 3326.
Yeah. I
Same.
mean, it's still
Push
It
the
is
envelope
cool,
a
though,
little
that
bit.
The rock chip though is like $35 now. You know what I mean? Which is crazy.
It is crazy.
What did I pay for my first Retroid Pocket 351P? Or not Retroid Pocket, my Anbernic RG351P. It was like, gosh, $130 or something like that.
I
now it's
remember paying over
$35.
$100. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like that G350 is insane for the price. I mean, it's just unbelievably good.
I mean,
But yeah, now I'm done. I don't need any more.
Are you sure? Like,
Yeah.
I think one of these companies updated the R36S to just have Wi-Fi. That was it.
Oh, yeah. Wi-Fi on the G350 would be great. A horizontal G350 would be great. Again, at that price point, but that's about it.
Use that same formula, same quality D-pad, buttons, screen, all that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just put in a clamshell too while they're at it.
Yeah, that would be nice. Dang it! Now I want more of them. Look what you've done.
See?
Come on.
See, like, just imagine like the Batley XP like lineup of G350s. Just one for each form factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that screen is nice.
Honestly, yeah.
That looks good. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Oh, I miss the days of Stubbs when he couldn't play Street Fighter. Look at him now.
I'm getting there.
Don't worry, I still can't.
He's still losing.
I know. I spoke too soon.
He's getting there. He's getting there.
I'm trying to do Shoryukens. I'm trying to show off in front of Russ, and it's failing. So I died. Never show off. But man, that screen is really nice for an IPS. Yeah, I like that screen. You know what screen that looked pretty nice today? I was watching Dead Fred's channel today, and he had a review for that BitBoy $350 Bitcoin mining RK3566 handheld. $350, and it's basically, a Battle XP style thing.
But 10 times the price.
And Android.
$50 Android on it, right? But it had a really nice screen, so I was like, all right, that's good. You know how long it's going to take you to mine like actual money though on it? It's got to take you probably in the years on that chipset. So it's just kind of like, why?
Whoa, TechDweeb said that he can only do consistent Shoryukens when he's on the right side of the screen, and I am like that as well. I can do okay on the left, but I'm much better on the right. It's almost like we're the same person. That's crazy.
But
totally,
no big deal. Sorry about your mom. We had a falling out. Now, for me, it passes.
Superball says stop slapping the D-pad.
That's how I do my Hadoukens.
You do the same thing. You do the same thing as the Fox. You guys slap the D-pad. You're supposed to roll. You got to roll.
Have you seen the size of my freaking thumbs? Slap a debase. Slap a debase, as Paul Rudd says. Come on.
You got to roll that thing.
Come on. All right,
the thing about the Fox though is he actually can do it.
Yeah,
oh,
which I couldn't believe. Oh, I was watching him do it in person. It's like, how is he doing this?
That's just ultra nerd like ability right there. Is all.
Let's do Russ's other test, so he doesn't need to review this.
This is my review video right here.
This is your review.
Just start doing the voiceover right now.
And now we're going to look at Contra right here.
You got to say here a lot. I say here a lot in my videos.
Right here. I told that to Michael Benny, and he was like, now I can't unhear it.
Unhear it.
Unhear it. I have things like that. He says that I always say, why? Why?
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
Twice.
Is this the episode we show that video, or are we still waiting on that?
Oh, we should. That'd be fun. We should pull it up.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I think Michael Benny posted it the other day.
So
so what do? We hold down, we pivot to the left, we do a little to the right. So yeah, you're holding down as you move to the left, it's not moving, but as you push to the far left.
But it's dome switch too, right? So you can feel the click when it goes?
You can feel the click when it goes, yes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's how Retroid D-pads are. As long as you're getting like a physical response when you're doing it, that means that you're not going to accidentally do it. You just, that's the force feedback. So even if you can push it one way or the other, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's whether or not it helps you avoid doing it accidentally. But the dome switch is actually very easy. So yeah, I would say that passes the test. Thank you for coming on my review.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. These are Russ's hands, of course. We got the whole setup here. Last one I'm gonna
You know, I got
test
a lot
here
of comments. I was gonna say I got a lot of comments on my April Fool's thing with Tech Dweebs. Like, oh yeah, they definitely have the same hands. I'm like, no, we don't. It's like, who thinks that? I thought it was funny. Anyway,
there's a population of people who truly believed that video, and I'm here for it because they're right. If you really,
of
if
course.
you know, yeah. Let me put this into perspective. You know that Russ was in town here in Portland recently, and you know I've been seeing Tech Dweeb's mom, who also is here in Portland recently. So put 2 and 2 together. Just saying. Okay, so
yeah,
so
turn
far,
that
no
volume down.
slowdown.
You're gonna get a copyright strike.
Yeah.
With that Offspring song.
Oh, the volume's not going to come through the mic, I don't think. You guys hear that?
I
I'm
can't
hearing it.
play
I can
Crazy
hear it.
Taxi without
Oh, okay.
Offspring. Because they
Yeah,
re-released it a couple years later, and then they just took out the whole soundtrack. I'm like, this is not the same experience to me.
Mm.
Can I didn't. That's cool.
Oh, this is
Hold on, I got this. I got this. Not an old game I
painful.
normally play now. Come on.
We can tell.
Come on now. But no slowdown here. Not that we have a FPS counter on or anything, but this is very fluid, and this chipset seems to be capable. We'll need to do more testing soon, because guess what? I got 3 of these sent, so we're going to send one to somebody on our team and one to another somebody on our team, and we're going to be providing you some content to learn more
Is
about
this
it.
where I put my dibs in?
Put your dibs in. Okay.
Dibs.
So. Now, as far as the speaker quality goes, it's sounding pretty decent, but stay tuned for more thoughts. And yeah, I really like. It's comfortable though. It's comfortable. It's small at the right price, $60. Okay, get that Wi-Fi support soon. Sweet. Sounds like there's going to be more updates. Aeolus UX. Is there anything you'd like to let people know about? You know, things that are different in this engineering model that you're planning to upgrade or improve? I'm sure you've been dropping in chat and I've missed it, but yeah. If there's any wrap-up thoughts you'd like us to provide, let me know. But yeah, so far this is seeming pretty sweet. Stay tuned. I don't know when it comes out. I don't know anything else, but yep. You should see some content, I think, from other reviewers as well. Yeah. I'm a fan. We'll just play around with that some more. Okay, the other thing we have
Another
today.
one.
We have one more. Now, I have actual e-waste that I picked up from AliExpress that we were going to unbox today, but I decided we got to have something for next week, right? I'm not going to have new stuff coming in for a while, so we'll space it out. Keychron. So I really am becoming a keyboard fanatic lately.
You got to
So here's
stop hanging out with Ban.
I know.
Hey,
Brighten
there's
us
no
up.
problems here.
So this is the Alice style keyboard. I think the 15 here, and this took me about a week to get used to like pivot my hands, but now this is just a very comfortable experience. Yeah, Retro, not this thing. This was sent over for review from Keychron, and I like the idea of this, but I'm like, can we take this farther? Like, can we make this more extreme? He said, oh yes, we have a full split keyboard called the Keychron Q11 75% keyboard, and this is fully split, which is ridiculous. I've never used something like this in my life, so we're just gonna.
So, I just want to say while you're unboxing this,
Yeah.
the Alice style keyboard that you've been using is one of their low profile keyboards.
Yes.
I believe this is one of their full height keyboards.
That'd be my preference.
So this might
also-
actually be... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's got brown switches too, so it's going to be clicky.
Brown tactile. Those are my favorite style. So
There you
a
go.
little clicky
I love
gator on.
Tech Dweeb.
Oh,
That keyboard
yes.
makes me want to
Thank
quit
you.
tech.
Thank you. I
Let me get
appreciate that.
Things out of the way. This is going to take up some space here.
Yes.
What are you going to do with a split keyboard? Are you going to like put your arm around your girl while you're playing, or while you're typing? You know what I mean? Like, why do you need a
Why
split
is this a
keyboard?
thing?
Ergonomics, man, because I can do my thing here. I got the handheld there. I can pop it off either side. I got a whole battle station.
you got a what now?
Ergonomics, man. Battle station warranty.
Battle station.
I do
So-
remember
No,
something a while
Steel
back.
Battalion is if you want a battle station. That's just ridiculous what you got
Right.
Hey, please be gentle, Stubbs.
Please be gentle. So look at this, though. It does come together, and you can use it as a put-together keyboard. You don't have to split it out. But if you get in the mood,
It is smaller than I thought it would be.
Yeah, the 75% boards are a nice size.
oh, they got their fun keycaps you can swap out again. And
If
their
you're a
little-
Mac person.
That's right, if you're a Mac person. Okay. All right. Oh,
You broke
see?
it already.
Well, see, you
Dang
can,
it, Stubbs.
see, you can scare your kids and relatives, and like they can come play, at your desk, and then it snaps. And you're like, "What? My keyboard? Why would you? Oh, your dad's keyboard. That's gonna come out of your allowance." And then you're like, "Just kidding. It's meant to do that." It's fun to gaslight the children. Okay, so
I could just see myself just trolling my buds back in college with a keyboard like that, taking like the other half and hiding it.
now,
They got to write an email and
It's
they
just
only
like,
got one half.
I just feel like
They got to pick which words they can
So-
use.
see, look at this though.
Ooh,
So you put it together, and you're like, "Oh, terrible! My hands, they're
cramping.
They're cramping up so bad. Now look at this. Huh? Wow. Efficient.
your hands
I'm
are in the
typing
same
faster.
position.
No.
The
See?
technique. Oh no!
yeah.
That's
Now-
not ergonomics.
So it's got to be something like, I don't know, just like that. And you can split it out. See, look, you can be reviewing your Miu Mini Flip 2 before its hinge breaks right in the center there.
Nice.
Look at this. See, you're typing
Is-
around it, and you're doing custom firmware things.
Is
And
anyone
then
go-
you're hacking?
Is anyone gonna explain to him that the ergonomics it needs to go the other way?
Oh, like
Like he's
this?
bent,
That,
you're
yes.
bending your wrists like outwards.
Yeah,
like
you're bending your wrists
This is
in
so
an
much
unnatural way.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
this-
learning.
this is more ergonomic. Look, hey, this one's got 2 knobs on it.
Oh, okay, here's the thing, everybody.
I
is that
love that.
love knobs, okay? Twistable knobs.
Caption that.
Calm down, Rob.
All the
calm
British
down.
people are like, what?
What is happening?
No.
We're unhinged already.
No. Please. Okay, listen. I got 2 twisty knobs here. And on the previous Alice keyboard, I programmed the knob and the function keys to be used in DaVinci Resolve. So I was able to make an easy way to scroll through my timeline, scrub through the timeline, make cuts. It's been wonderful. So I love having these row of M keys. And now I get 2 programmable knobs. And they click, by the way. They're like L3 and R3. You can even program it to be a game controller, and they have custom software that you can easily just program the keys to do whatever you want, as well as this should have like RGB. I like the sound. Let's see if we can get a little sound on the microphone here. Let me know.
Do you have to have it connected with the USB cable?
So
yeah, the
unfortunately,
cable,
I think you do have to have it connected, right?
they connect to each other that way.
Yep. And then we have to take a third cable and connect it to the keyboard. And then you can choose between Windows or Mac there. And you got your alternate keys if you need to swap things out, and a tool to do that. Okay, so now let's see. It's plugged in. Computer. Bye. I said stand by. Oh, we have liftoff. Look at this. Huh? Okay, so we do want to do it like that, so it is more ergonomic, and that does feel much better. These guys are right. And you can program the buttons and the LEDs. And
You got all
I have
that
a
space in
feeling
the middle for a snack and drink. Look at that.
You got a
Yep.
snack and drink.
I liked Super Bottle's
Literally, I could put my
suggestion of putting
water-
a cereal bowl in the middle.
Yeah, cereal bowl. You can put your water in here. You can put your succulent right there. You can
Slide a Sammy in the middle. Did we just lose Stubbs? What?
I think we
He's
lost
gone.
Stubbs.
He was so into the ergonomics, he just left.
The keyboard, he hit escape.
He
on
pushed the
even-
wrong
keyboard.
button.
You can even water your succulent here. Sorry
No,
about that.
not this again.
Okay.
Are you gonna water your succulent at least once in a stream or something?
Yeah, it's
That's the
only
way he
time that-
remembers to
that-
do it.
It's the only time he gets
Jeez.
fed. But yeah, no,
Oh,
this is comfy. So this is I'm gonna have to get used to this though. Does this make sense though? Like is this a rational thing to do? What is the use case? We're gonna find out over time. and I'll report back
mean-
because I don't know. It took me the Alice keyboard I was scared of, and I put away for a month, I think, or like 2 weeks, and then I took it back out. I said, okay, let's get serious here.
I feel like it's something you got to use for a few weeks to really decide, like, hey, this works for me versus, okay, this is just the stupidest idea ever.
So the nice thing though is that like at first you can still use it as a normal keyboard. You just put them together.
Right. So let's do
that
that.
is nice.
Is that's not Stubbs? Where's Stubbs?
Yeah, it's just Rob.
Show us the keyboard, Rob.
Oh,
Please. There he is.
Yeah, Rob, where's
twist,
the keyboard?
Twist the knobs. Twist the knobs. Everyone wants to see you
All right.
twist the knobs.
Oh yeah. So you can kind of twist it
Not at the same time.
like that.
Oh,
That's gonna be a gif.
Is that bad? But
Can
only
we-
problem is though you have to have this cord here all the time, so it's going to be kind of overhanging. So we need
Which
to
I
manage
don't
this cord.
Like, I wish they had a way that they could sync with each other,
Take
like
the
by
cables,
Bluetooth or something.
Stub, take the
So-
cables and like change the way they're plugged so that they're
Yeah,
facing
yeah.
outboard.
so
Oh, yeah.
Rob, there are some keyboards out there that are split like this, and what they do is rather than connect each other with like a cable, they use two 2.4 gigahertz dongles.
No,
But
Stub's
it's
not
like-
that way.
Then you
Two-
have to sacrifice.
It's even worse.
Oh, you're just
an
doing it
extra
again.
USB.
What do you want me to do?
Oh,
Have the cable, so on the left side, have the cable facing left. So flip it
Oh, okay.
like that. There you go.
He's-
and then do that
he's
on the other side. That way you have
learning.
space.
And now we're
guys,
gonna
he's
do it.
learning.
I know.
Now you got a little bridge.
Oh, that's cool. See, look. You can twist your knobs like that. Now you got a little antenna.
No,
And
What have we done?
we,
You can
we
type.
made.
But no, seriously, and you get 2 space bars. I mean, everybody likes 2 space bars. You get full-size keys. Look at that.
Oh, I
Look at that.
just noticed the spacebar. That would drive me nuts. That would drive me nuts. I don't know if I could deal
like
with
it.
that.
To be fair
Wow.
though, I mean the Alice keyboard was doing it too.
It took me a while to use. It took me about a week to get used to it, and now I don't know if I want to
So,
go back.
unlike the Alice keyboard though, there's not 2 B keys.
Yeah.
You gotta pick which B. You gotta. You can't
Pick a
pick your
B.
B's.
To be determined. Whether
Ha!
this is a
Ha!
daily driver. And
This
look,
is-
you can
this
fold
is-
it up when you're not using
This is
it.
against everything that Mavis Beacon taught me about typing. Okay, this doesn't work. We can't do this, guys.
Wait, you
I
guys
don't
learned
allow
how
this.
to type?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
actually went to a thing called keyboarding class back in the
Ow.
day.
I mean, admittedly, so did I.
I did mine on a word processor.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's fun.
I did not.
I used to play Number Munchers and House of the Dead or Typing of the Dead and all sorts of keyboard games. No magnets, Michael Benny. No magnets. We got knobs. You can twist the knobs.
See, magnets would be
Uh.
cool to keep the 2 parts together like that.
Stubbs, did you get the Kick 75? Have you seen that one? I just got it a few days ago. This guy. It's
The
the
Keychron?
Newfie one.
Oh,
Oh,
I
the
like
new-
the, I like the
oh.
colors.
Yeah. So
what's your
it is
knob
low
like?
profile and like very retro. Like look at the back.
Oh, I
It's,
like that.
Super.
Oh,
fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And anyway, I'll do a review on it here soon. I've just been testing it, practicing.
Yeah.
It's very good. This is very awkward, but like, have you guys ever gotten like a sonogram done or like a echocardiogram or anything? I get these all the time because I have heart issues. But you're like in a room and person does an ultrasound on your chest or your neck or something like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
they use a keyboard that has this really beautiful sound to it because they're using
Oh,
the keyboard as they're like taking
yeah.
their measurements, and this has that same sound. And so I'm like, oh, I'm back in the hospital. Like I love it. So very awkward. But anyway,
Do you,
it's in-
I was
it's a
like,
neat
you
little
like
toy.
that? Or?
yeah, it's actually kind of comfort because they like lay you down, they have a blanket on you. It's like it's actually a really nice experience. So anyway,
I'm gonna check that out. Newfie
He's gonna
is
go to the
always
hospital.
something that I have, wanted to pick one of those up and try. I'm just now this year getting into keyboards, really. So follow me on my journey. We'll figure things out. Okay, everybody. Colonoscopy keyboard. That's right, Aeolus. Yes. Yes.
I like that one actually. Hold on, I think he's cooking here.
Team Retric says you can't get any more awkward than Mr. Knob Lover. Now, I don't take what I said out of context. I said I love knobs. I'm not a knob lover. I love turning the knobs, programming them for functions. Come on.
I think it's a bit late for like that
Yeah,
in terms of being
yeah.
awkward.
It's way too late for that.
You can't go back from that one.
All right, let's pivot. Check out this video made for us by our friend Michael Benny.
Yes.
In the Discord.
Why? I mean, why the soccer ball? Why the heart? Why? I mean, why the soccer ball? Why the heart?
Oh
No,
no, it's
it's
playing
like
a
the 2
short
second
clip.
version.
Why? I mean, why the soccer ball? Why the heart?
Oh, it's the there is a version that has more,
We're,
but
we're experiencing
we'll
technical
see with technical difficulties.
I mean, it did kind of sound like Stubbs.
What I understand is he put together a video that showed I guess I say why a lot on our stream or on camera, and so he comped them together using his AI tools, and it's a fun compilation. He also made another video for us that was like it was very dramatic, something about e-waste, something about, anyways, we'll have to share that one too. Sony's asking, where is the longer one?
Well, where did you put it, Stubbs?
What she said. I don't know. I don't have it. Maybe it's in the Discord somewhere.
Sounds like a
Benny?
next week video.
That sounds like a next week video. All right, everybody. This has really gone off the rails now.
That's about right.
Any other last...
Usually past the 1 hour mark is when we really start to lose it.
Yeah, right.
That's true. He's not wrong.
Thank you, Todd, for your super chat. Now Stubbs has a dedicated Fleetwood Mac knob. That's right. Yeah.
Still can't get over Bob getting your MSI clone.
That was great, honestly.
Any last minute rants, raves, questions, anybody? Sergio, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. What is going on? Everyone needs a Fleetwood Mac knob.
I guess the question is, like, what, as it stands right now, what are you guys looking forward to? What handheld or what thing?
That's a good question. We didn't even do like an intro, hey, how you doing today, really?
Yeah, might as well do it now.
Yeah.
It's a good question, though.
Ask Russ first, yeah.
Well, I feel like we got everything. You know what I mean? I'm not anticipating anything now that I have the classic and the 557 and obviously the flip a couple weeks ago. Like I just kind of want to spend time with each of them now. You know, like I think we're still kind of recovering from the Odin 2 Portal RP5 cycle too. Like those are still like up there. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, like I feel like I'm just kind of good right now in terms of handhelds and whatnot. That's why I made that video a week or so ago. I was like, maybe you don't need the shiny new thing. Like there's so many cool things we can do with handhelds right now, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm not really looking forward to anything other than my 4-button Retroid Pocket Classic Pikachu that's coming. It's probably already arrived at my house. So looking forward to that, just to kind of test that one out because I do really like this classic kind of form factor. The price and the screen are just like a really excellent match. And so that's about it for me in terms of handhelds and whatnot. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested in getting that. What is it? Aldo Cube Ultra. Rob, what did you review? That tablet was really cool the other day.
The thing that had like a name that would take up an entire line of text.
This guy.
What is the brand on that one?
The Aldo Cube. i70 Mini, the Ultra, which has the Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3. It was really nice.
Wow.
A lot of performance, good price. They
What's
just
the
can't
price?
keep them in stock. Around $270 US.
That's not bad for a small tablet. You can throw in a
8.8 inch
controller.
And
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
didn't you kind of figure that it's got basically the same screen as like the Y700 or?
Pretty sure it's the same spec one. Yeah.
And isn't that just? I'm going further. Isn't that just the same as the Legion Go screen? Like the original Go.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that 8.8 inch screen, 144 hertz.
Wow.
Yep.
And it beats the Y700. Beats the Y700, right, in performance?
It does. Yeah,
which is
the
crazy
2023 one, not the 2025 one,
right.
which I didn't even bother because I mean, like, you're talking about something that costs more than double the price, so it's just it's a whole different category basically. But the thing is, with the 2023 Y700 sort of like starting to disappear in terms of just stock and inventory, plus the prices kind of have like steadied around like 300-ish. This is a great replacement in that $200 range. So
yeah,
Aldo Cube has been cooking. They keep getting better and better. Each iteration of their tablets keep getting better. And it's good stuff. You know,
I've never tried one, and this might be my first one, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Using with telescopic, and check out Rob's video. It is a work of art, truly. Jaden, got you guys on while I play Kingdom Hearts collection on my Ally X. That is the best to hear, man. Enjoy Kingdom Hearts, And Jaden and I actually are jamming on a song, if you're Jaden from the Discord anyways, which has been a lot of fun working on some alternative rock music. Maybe you'll hear soon. Yeah, beyond that, handhelds I'm looking forward to. I kind of have everything right now that I would want. I guess the Ioneo Ace is one I'm curious about. I'd like to see when are they going to release it? What's it all about?
How much is it going to cost?
How much is it going to cost? That's another Android, and so I'm curious. I want to pit it against the other flagship Androids here, the 557, what have you. That's kind of exciting, but man, beyond that, I gotta say, just Steam Deck 2 and Switch 2, the big ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Switch 2 will be fun. Just it's always fun to have new Nintendo games to look forward to in that kind of sense, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Ben, how about you, man?
I mean, I've got a lot of what I need. I'm waiting on my Flip 2 and Classic to show up at some point. Stubbs, you just sent me a box of a bunch of things I just gave you a lot of money for. So like, I've never tried a Pocket S, so that's going to be kind of an interesting thing.
Yes, enjoy that. That thing is primo.
When it comes to like handhelds, the only thing I'm actually interested in is going to be actually the V90S.
Really forgot about that one. Yeah.
Like,
I am looking forward to that. That's right.
Yeah.
New clamshells. I'm more than excited about that one. I just totally forgot about it. I'm not going to show you how excited I am. But yeah, I was very excited.
I do really enjoy clamshells because like my first handheld was like an SP. So I've always had a soft spot for those.
I'm looking forward to a Miu Flip that doesn't have issues. That's one of my favorite things I'm looking forward to also.
I bought a Miu Flip V2. In one chat, I basically said maybe I should just record myself opening and closing it until it breaks. Good 20-minute video.
You could do that. I mean, I'm sure it's going to if you got the gray one eventually.
It's one of the white ones with the pastel buttons. So I don't see many people with that one, so I don't know.
I'll tell you, I already filmed that video. I haven't released yet because I want other things I want to put. It'll come out this week, but I did that where I did two revolutions. Every 2 seconds, I did a revolution, so 30 a minute. And within 30 minutes, I had some interesting results. So I did a whole video about it, tear down and everything else. So that'll be fun. But, yeah.
Cool. So I don't need to record it. It's already in the process.
Yeah.
So check that out from Russ. Ben, I know you're going to be doing an unboxing for the 557 and this one as well. I'm going to mail you. Which you wanted the white one?
Yeah, I wanted the white one because it should have the orange buttons.
Yes, it does.
Ooh.
Yes. Right, I wanted to unbox the orange button one. Oh well, stay tuned for Ben's video. Rob, as well, man. What are you looking forward to?
I'm actually looking forward to some more tablets. Lenovo's got another Y700 coming out, and apparently Red Magic is teasing another tablet that's smaller. So, yeah, a lot of the small form tablets are coming back, which is nice. I really love that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's funny because, laptops are getting more and more expensive. And so I feel like tablets are kind of the way I want to go. I got an email from Lenovo the other day and they're like, hey, we got this brand new laptop coming out, new Intel processor, all this RAM, all this storage or whatever. And it's got a 5080 inside of it, mobile GPU. And they're like, oh, and here's our product page. And I look it up, $3,500.
Oh.
And they're like, can we send it to you? And I goes, nope. I said, I don't want to make a video about that because that's like the price of a car, And so,
too much.
Yeah, it's crazy how expensive these things are getting, and it's just this price creep from everybody. And so, a tablet, a good solid $250 tablet, just sounds kind of amazing right now because you can do all sorts of cool tablet-y things with it too. Watch movies or whatever. So
I love the flexibility of it. Like just, you could pop it out of a controller and now you have it just great for media consumption, reading, all that stuff. And then you pop it in a telescopic controller again and boom, great for streaming, local gaming. I mean, all sorts of stuff. So it's just the flexibility of the form factor is really cool. I definitely agree with those points. I think like the price is right. You get a lot of power for what you can do with it. They're fun. They're fun to mess around with. I really enjoy them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good chat. dudes. Jonathan Feng says, thank you for your super chat. Would not mind a Retroid Pocket Classic Mini with the same specs and color lineup. An all blacked out version would be great. Yes.
Oh,
That would
You know what's
be
funny?
nice.
Didn't they have a pre-production unit that was all black?
yeah.
Classic?
Yes.
It
was
looks
like a
so
prototype.
clean.
Yeah, all
Yes.
black would be really cool.
That
Yeah.
is
Or like
awesome.
all white, all black. Like to have both those options would be really cool.
Yeah, because it's cool to have one that looks like a toy. But I mean, I'll be honest. I was going to test this yesterday at Easter with my in-laws, and I did not bring it inside the house out of embarrassment. Just like they already think I'm just a kid who's turning 40
Yeah.
here. You know,
Oh, look, Stubbs is
like,
still
what
playing
do
with
I do?
toys.
Yeah, and if I bring this in the house and I'm sitting in the corner, like, you know, and they want me to help with the dishes or something, if this were like all black, it's like, oh, he's doing work. You know, he's on a laptop. You know,
He's
he's doing
working on
working.
those Excel spreadsheets.
He's got spreadsheets up on there. He's doing businessman stuff, you know, because it looks totally normal if I'm like, you know, at the in-laws on my phone. Like we're all on.
That's why
you
like
know.
the GPD stuff is great. You know, you pull out a Win Max or Win Mini, and it's like, oh, he's professional. Look at that, and then you take out the little things, and suddenly you have a gaming device. You know, it's perfect.
I'll enjoy the heck out of this, you know, around the house and pretty much everywhere else. But I might not pull it out like in a Starbucks and just go to town. So not that I ever go to a Starbucks and do anything, you know. When would I do that? Why would I do that?
Yeah, like
It's
wake
one
up
of those
and like,
things
man, I
that
really
sound
need to get.
romantic in your head, you know?
Yeah, you wake up, you're like, oh, I need to get further in Link's Awakening. Let's go to Starbucks.
Let's
you
go
know,
to
like that.
Starbucks so people can watch me, you know, sitting in a chair playing video games. I don't know. I need to write a novel. That's what I need to do. Sergio, worried about your RP Classic colors. So yeah, if here's the other thing about that is if you're getting thanks for your super chat, if you're getting the teal, berry, or kiwi, then you can't get it shipped to the US currently. I'm sure there's ways to get around it. You can probably import it, have a friend, a Canadian, make friends with a Canadian. You know, someone can ship it to you, but it's gonna be tough. And yeah, you got to pick like the retro color, the 6 button, or the Pokemon there. That's really your options right now. And even still, you should be getting those. Retroid's going to find a way to get them. Tariffs, you're cutting it close, but if you haven't ordered yet, yeah, just DHL would be my recommendation if you're getting it now. Okay. Thank you, everybody. To close up the show, we do have that video from our friend Michael Benny. So
Nice.
here's a minute of me saying why.
Why?
For your approval. This is the story of a man consumed by his lust for functional budget Chinese electronics.
The other one. This is a
that
different
it is
video.
driving him to question the very nature of reality. You are now entering the e-waste zone.
What in the world is this? Why do those have to be that loud? Why do those have to be that loud? Come on now.
We've seen a lot of games.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
Why do you have facial hair? I'm like, the sticks. Why? Soon. People are asking, you know, why didn't we find the shader issue for that cheese? Why don't our bodies break down? Why the soccer ball? Why the heart? Okay. Why do they always do that?
Good luck.
Because we asked him, like, dude, why'd you flush it? And he's like, oh, I didn't mean to. It went down with my poo. Why? Why? It's nothing work. What?
Oh, it's so good. He
so
like
you
cuts
ever
it off
asked-
right before you get the context. It's perfect.
I love the intro to it. I was like, what are we watching? That was an amazing.
Why can't our
intro.
bodies
The
break down cheese?
The e-waste zone.
Why the facial hair? I'm like, just
There's so many bodily function things in that.
yeah. What?
You know?
I love it, man. Thanks for making that, Michael. Why are you bringing that amazing video to the channel? We got to release that on the
So
channel as
good.
like a members only video or
So
something.
good.
We're gonna release that.
I saw that when he was previewing it in Discord, and I lost it. I couldn't. It was. So
I'd seen
good.
the little clip before, but I
Mhm.
hadn't seen the whole situation there. So that was a lot of fun. I guess I say why a lot, and that's good. One of those things.
So we've got Rob and his oh no's. You got Stubbs saying why.
Usually in response to Stubbs.
I say
No.
here all the time.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Here.
Ban, I think you got. Of course, you got Ban's hands. I'm trying to.
But that's
figure
just
out
at the
other
start
quips.
of all of them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm gonna be watching you for your quips now. Be very.
Now, I'm worried now because who knows what that's gonna end up being.
We don't know yet. Time will tell. We need to give Ban more airtime so he can make fun new quips. I'll shut up and stop talking. for an
Dongle
episode.
Tower is definitely up there.
Dongle
Yeah,
Tower.
but how many
Yes.
times has that really shown up?
Oh, quite a bit.
Make a song about dongle towers for all the dongles for game controllers.
That's a good one. Kim has a good one. Ban is always asking where Stubbs went.
That's true.
You're
That
always
is true.
disappearing on us.
Oh,
A whole
and
video
he's
of
gone.
him just saying that.
Just a whole video of like, what's wrong with him now? Like, where'd he go? That's all we need.
I have a standing desk. It's very tall. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna get out of here, everybody. Russ, dude, thank you for joining us and hanging out with
Thanks
the
for having
crazy
me.
crew again.
Yeah, you guys are crazy. I love it.
Yes. We love you. We maybe give you an outlet to be a little crazy yourself. So
Yeah, I can let my hair down.
let
Thank
your
you.
hair down a bit. If you don't know who Russ is, for one thing, what the hell? Shame on you. This is 2025. The man runs the coolest retro gaming YouTube channel at Retro Game Core on the YouTube. And you can find him as well as retrogamecore.com. And he also writes cookbooks, or he did. So get some paleo recipes in your life. I recommend it. And Rob as well, check out his new Aldo Cube video, Ban, his unboxings coming up, and all the fun stuff that we have going on around here. It's been a lot. I feel like we've been on camera. At least I feel like I've been on camera more
Almost
this
every
week
day.
than I've been off camera. Like that's someone made a joke like the 24-hour RH live stream, loving the 24-hour live stream. It was just back to back to back to back. Ugh. We'll take a break someday, right? E-waste or die. What are we doing here? All right. I want to thank you all once again so very much for watching this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to stay in the know for all of your favorite retro handhelds. And a special thanks once again to our channel members, our patrons, and our subs for making everything here possible for us. Perks with RH start for as little as $3 a month. I heard that sniff. Join us in the Discord to chat and play games, and join me and Rob and Ban on the next episode next week, where we're going to be chit-chatting about God only knows what. I don't know. We're going to have Aiden Walls on the show. We're going to be having Hobby Retro on the show here shortly, as well as I'm going to reach out to our friend Clayton Morris to see what he's up to as well, and many others. So stay tuned, and until the next one, this has been Stubbs on behalf of Russ and Ban and Rob. Why? Saying, take care of those handhelds, everybody, and each other. Bye.
You guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night.